On behalf of McAllen ISD and our Board of Trustees, welcome to McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. McAllen ISD is rooted in a long legacy of excellence. Our success is driven by our world-class staff and our outstanding student body. We hope that you enjoy the competition, and we wish all those participating the best of luck.
Jake Berry, and you're watching the Sideline Pregame Show. And welcome to McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. I'm Jake Berry alongside Maddie Kaufman. Hi, Maddie.
Hi, it's been a long time. I kind of missed you just a little bit. I missed the bald head.
Yeah,
I missed the bald head. It's been a while.
Good thing we're in the shadows today. But we've got a big game. We're not in the shadows when it comes to this game.
No.
Nikki Rowe has come in here at a 5-1 record against Mission Eagles.
Yes, and they're 2-0 in district, right? They're 2-0 in district play.
Yeah. And Mission themselves are struggling right now. They played a lot of the tough teams, McAllen Memorial, Juarez Lincoln, and now they're going to play Nikki Rowe, and they've got a 1-2 record in district.
Yeah, they do. They have a 1-2 record in district, and they're 3-4 overall. So they're kind of falling apart. So we'll see how they hold up against Rowe's very powerful offense.
Yeah, Rowe comes in averaging 33 points per game, whereas Mission comes into this game averaging 23. They don't actually score that much in the second half. Also, Mission is only averaging 3.5 points in the second half this season.
Wow.
So Rowe should have the advantage in this game, but you never know. Games aren't played on paper.
Yeah. So we'll see.
We'll see who their studs are this week. And one player that you have to watch out for is Esteban De Leon.
Yes, the running back. I know that against Memorial this year he got hurt, and today is going to be his first day back on the field. So we'll see how he runs the ball today. Definitely.
Yeah. And for Nikki Rowe, they've got an explosive offense. Ever since they've had to go to the switch at quarterback.
So Jonas Ortiz, right?
Yeah, Jonas Ortiz has been playing extremely well.
He has been. Definitely, along with but their defensive end, Isaac Mata. He's the leading defense. He's leading defensive player, I think, in the district, right? I think, or especially on the team.
Yeah, one of them in the district.
Yes, one of them in the district.
You know,
right?
so you couple a great defense with an offense that's really coming along with this sophomore quarterback, and sky's the limits for this team.
It really is. It really, really is.
Well, we'll take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have an interview with Isaac Mata and Coach Bobby Flores. We'll be right back.
I want to stay at UTRGV so that I can continue in the biology degree so that I can become a PA. I've always wanted to become a doctor, always, ever since I was little. I grew up around the medical field because of my mother, who is a health professional. She's a nurse. So that piqued my interest. I was always in hospitals, in nursing homes, everywhere, ever since I was 5 years old. So that's really what got me started or interested.
All right, welcome back to the Sideline Show. Jake Berry, Maddie Kaufman, and Maddie, before the break, you mentioned somebody on the Nikki Rowe defensive team, or defensive side of the ball. Who was that?
It was Isaac Mata, the defensive end for Rowe defense, their leading tackler.
Yeah, and we had a chance this week, MITV did, to sit down with Isaac Mata, and here's how that went.
When we look at Mission's offense, the line is very big. It's probably one of the biggest offensive lines we've seen this year. Number 2 is a very good running back. Number 27 is a good player to watch, and the quarterback is also a player to watch because if we give him space, he's going to take off. And so we're trying to keep him contained and trying to read the plays. The defense are trying to work hard on trying to read in their plays, trying to contain, trying to make sure we keep our gaps and trying to stay disciplined. And we're also trying to, try and tackle low, not at the high, so we can be more secure in our tackles. I like to keep my team focused on the game to make sure, if they do make a mistake or anything like that, I like to make sure, keep them on the positive side so they don't put their heads down or anything like that. I like to push them, try and make them do corrections on what they did wrong, and move on and improve from there. We're just working hard And we're just trying to push ourselves to get to the next game and look forward for the next one. And we're just trying to, from here on, just trying to win every game. We're always positive. We're never thinking negative, and we always think we can, beat the guy in front of us. And we always push ourselves because we always have the heart to do something that we want.
We have some hard hitting from Isaac Mata. The kid can really lay the heat when he's out there, and their defense has been playing really well.
Yeah, they definitely have. The power offense, like you said, partners really, really well with a really powerful defense. Really did.
Yeah, and here's something that you guys need to know about that powerful offense. Both Jesus Sanchez, who got hurt, there was their starting quarterback for the season. When he got hurt, he went out and his stats were great at that moment.
Great, yeah.
Well, actually, Jonas Ortiz has almost virtually the same stats. So incredible on how they've been able to plug one quarterback in for another, and not miss anything.
And keep that offense going. Even though they had to substitute one of the main player, the leader, the quarterback, they had to substitute him in, and it was as if the machine just kept on rolling. Right?
Yeah, well, we had a chance to talk to Coach Bobby Flores this week about that, and here's how that went.
Well, Mission's a great football team, and we're expecting a hard fight from them. We're right in the middle of district play, so we expect them to come out and play hard, so we have to, in turn, play hard as well. Key points are limit the mistakes, on defense, make sure we limit the big play. On offense, not turn the ball over, take care of the football, and also execute, on both sides, making sure we're doing well. And then the other phase of the game, which is special teams. They're working hard, each and every week's a different week, so we stress to them, make sure that we focus on the team that we're facing, and we've had one day under our belt. We're going to continue to work today and get better.
And there you had Coach Bobby Flores talking about tonight's game and his team. Now, you're wearing an interesting shirt, okay? If you didn't know this, Maddie works at Mac High.
I work at Mac High.
You're an alumnus of where?
Memorial. Okay, wait. Let me tell the story.
Okay.
So, I'm wearing a Rowe shirt. I work at Mac High, and I went to Memorial, and I went to Memorial forever. My dad coached Memorial. My brother went to Memorial. But why am I wearing a Rowe shirt? Well, my mom is currently the head principal at Rowe High School. So, whenever I want a shirt, I was like, hey, I gotta do Rowe today. Come on, give me a shirt. So she let me borrow a shirt today. So it was nice.
Oh, that's good. I imagine it's difficult for you to understand who you should go for sometimes.
Right? Yeah, I'm a fair weather fan, supposedly. No, but not really. I know I'm wearing a Rowe shirt, and I know my mom would hate me for this. She's gonna hate me. I'm sorry, Mom. But Memorial, I'm sorry, but they'll always have my heart. I know Mac High pays the bills, but I bleed blue.
Well, when we come back, we're gonna make some predictions on this game.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
But we'll be right back.
I plan to study something in the medical field, probably a physical therapist, and I plan to enlist in the Marines afterwards.
All right, welcome back to the Sideline Show, the pregame show. I'm here with Maddie Kaufman. Maddie, I want to put you under the fire a little bit.
Oh God.
Who do you think should win this game?
Well,
and remember who pays your bills.
I know, right? Okay, so all I know for right now is Adrian Bernal. He is a receiver for Rowe. I know that he leads the district. He leads District 36A for receiving yards and receptions. He has almost 500 yards receptions, and he's, like I said, he's leading the district in receptions. So we might see a lot of passing tonight from Jonas to Adrian. So if that powerful offense does really, really well tonight, I'm saying, I don't want to say blowout, but I'm feeling that. I'm feeling a blowout today. I say probably about 55 to about 21, 55-21. How does that sound?
I can see that. I think if I was still coaching, I would have to do the coach talk where I think, it's going to be a tough game and all that stuff like that. But I think with the running game of Raudel Garcia, you got Bernal on the outside. They've got a complement of receivers and a really up-and-coming quarterback in Ortiz. I think this game is going to be a little lopsided in the favor of McAllen Rowe.
Yes,
so
McAllen Rowe, definitely.
Well, we'll have to see how that goes. You can catch up with us at the end of the game at the post-game show, the sideline post-game show. It'll be me. Maddie's going to take off after this. But stay with us, watch the game, and we'll see you after the game. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to another edition of Football Night in McAllen. We're coming to you from the city of Palms, where tonight it's the Nikki Rowe Warriors against the high-flying Mission Eagles. It's district action coming your way next on Football Night in McAllen.
It's the October Red Tag sale going on now at Gonzalez Furniture.
Now save $600 on a beautiful 5-piece transitional style bedroom set, now only $12.95.
And take advantage of 4 years, no interest.
Plus free valley-wide delivery.
Gonzalez Furniture, your discount furniture store.
And welcome back to the Football Night in McAllen pregame show. I'm Mark May, coming up to you in the press box here at McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. Tonight's the Nikki Rowe Warriors taking on the Mission Eagles. Warriors come in unbeaten in district play. They are 2-0, 5-1 overall. They are riding a 4-game win streak and hope to continue that here tonight. They've got a high-powered offense. As we take a look at our keys to the game, the Rowe Warriors have the number 1 ranked offense in the district right now in terms of yardage, and they're second in terms of point production. They're led by the receiver Adrian Bernal, who is the leading receiver in the district right now. Comes in with 39 receptions for 492 yards. Also has a couple of touchdowns receiving and a couple of touchdowns rushing as well. They'll be handing the ball off to Raudel Garcia, who leads the team with 8 scores this season. 7 of those are rushing touchdowns. And Rowe is a very balanced team. Out of 24 touchdowns that they have scored, or rather 23 offensive touchdowns, half of them are via the pass, and then one less is via the rush. So 12 passing, 11 rushing touchdowns, a very balanced attack that will give fits to the Mission Eagles defense. As we look at the Mission Eagles, they're going to have to do it. They don't really have a defined running or passing game. They're pretty balanced, but their running game will be a little stronger tonight. They've got Steve DeLeon back. He got hurt a couple weeks ago against Memorial Mustangs, and he'll be back in the backfield here tonight, probably playing both ways. He's also a linebacker. And then if we look at turnovers, turnovers are always key, and they can always flip a game, if you will. A team can dominate offensively, but the turnovers are the great equalizer, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. That's a look at our keys. We'll continue on our pregame show in just a moment. I'm Mark May, and you're watching Football Night in McAllen. Here we are for another edition of Football Night at McAllen. It's the Mission Eagles against the Nikki Rowe Warriors. Coming to you from McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, I'm Mark May, along with Jake Berry, who's in tonight for Mr. Mario Reyna. We're listening to the alma mater right now for Nikki Rowe High School, and National Anthem coming right up. And Jake, first of all, I guess your thoughts on tonight's game. Looks like a couple of high-scoring teams out there.
Yeah, it is. You know, McAllen Memorial. What was I thinking? Nikki Rowe. I'm thinking about the last time they played here in Mission. They played against Memorial, but Nikki Rowe is averaging 33 points per game, whereas Mission is on a kind of a downward turn right now, only scoring about 23. So, if you look at it, Mission we've seen them being able to put up points, but Nikki Rowe is on a level all its own.
I know Mission has put up 28 points the last 2 weeks. Unfortunately, though, they've given up a ton, though.
Yeah, and I noticed, I was looking at Max Preps today, they're only scoring about 3 points in the second half as their average this season. So it's kind of scary. They're a first half team. If they can put it together tonight, they could battle Rowe. Yeah,
it could be a high-scoring affair between these two teams. Both teams do come from their head coaches are both from high-powered offenses, Robert Flores and Coy Detmer.
Yeah, and both of them know the behind center position very well, the QB position. You know, Coy Detmer, the brother of Ty Detmer, a legend here in the Valley at Mission.
Yeah, Coy Detmer, he took them to the state semifinals back in the 90s, and Bobby Flores, star with Rowe back in the early days of the 90s. There we see our JROTC cadets out there. And I think earlier they honored the Veteran of the Week. And we're going to have the national anthem sung by Miss Ashley Alvarado, an all-state music student from Nikki Rowe.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Beautiful job by Miss Ashley Alvarado, Nikki Rowe choir member. I think she's also in their show choir, the Razzmatazz, and All-State last year as a junior. So quite a talented young lady, doing a great job here as we're about ready to start. It's Nikki Rowe against the Mission Eagles, and we'll take a look at the district standings coming up here. Nikki Rowe in second place right now. They're actually tied for first, I guess you could say, because they are unbeaten at 2-0 in the district. Memorial is a half game in front at 3-0, and there we see it there. So it's Memorial and Rowe there in spots 1 and 2. Then Juarez, Lincoln, and Mackay are next. Mission is in 5th right now. They'd be just out of a playoff spot if the playoffs began tonight at 1 and 2. And then you can see La Jolla and Palmview still looking for their first wins.
Yeah, and Mission has played the bulk of their of the top teams early. They played McAllen Memorial and Juarez Lincoln, and then they're going to have Nikki Rowe tonight. This is where they kind of need to turn that corner and start putting up some points on the board and giving themselves a chance in the second half.
And we'll take a look at how these two teams compare to each other. Mission's offense against the Nikki Rowe offense in this game. And of course, Nikki Rowe came in averaging, we mentioned the 33 points a game. That's second in the district in scoring. In terms of yardage, they are first in the district, averaging over 400 yards per game. We see right there at 401. Then rushing, 140, passing about 263. So much more of a passing team for Mission. A little more balanced in rushing and passing. And you can see in terms of yardage, they don't do quite as well. They're 6th in the district right now in offensive production. So there come the Nikki Rowe Warriors out there ready to start tonight, and they'll be wearing their green jerseys with the green pants and the silver helmets and the gold numerals. Mission will be in the maroon pants, maroon helmets with the silver eagle wing, and then the white jerseys with the maroon numerals. Mission comes in at, we mentioned they were 3-4 overall, and Rowe at 5-1 overall. And there's Coach Robert Flores in his second year as head coach at Nikki Rowe, former Nikki Rowe quarterback himself back in the day. I think he played some wingback too. They used to move him around.
Really?
He's quite versatile. And of course, he was also a track and a basketball standout.
Yeah, his brothers are all coaches as well.
That's right. Yeah, he's got a brother coaching the boys basketball at McAllen.
At McAllen, Ryan Flores, and then he's got another brother. If memory serves me right, I think he's at PSA North now.
Okay. And of course, their head coach, the patriarch, Robert Flores, is a longtime Valley basketball coach. It'll be Mission to kick off. It'll be Nikki Rowe to receive. And kicking off for the Mission Eagles, it'll be Renee Rodriguez, number 14. Rowe will be going from right to left here in this first quarter. And we're underway. There's the kickoff. This is going to be fielded at about the 7-yard line. Run up across the 20, then a hole at the 25 and some room all the way up to the 35-yard line. Nice little return there. I think that was Angel Rodriguez. And then on the tackle for Mission was Luis Valdez. And then we take a look at the starters for Nikki Rowe. You can see the assistant coaches there on the top bar, and then the backs and receivers led by the sophomore Jonas Ortiz. And they've got Garcia, Pettis, Sainz, Ramirez, and Bernal. Bernal, the leading receiver in District 36A. 39 receptions came in here tonight. And they're the offensive line. And Luis Garcia, Mark Quiroz, Caleb Salas, Daniel Martinez, and Rodrigo Davila. Davila, a sophomore. And here on the first play, they're going to flip this to the left side. That's Hector Ramirez trying to go back to the right now. A big block and has some room. Now first down and more. And now bottled up at about the 49-yard line, tackled by Steve DeLeon, the linebacker.
Hey, Mark, we're going to have to look at this replay because there is a great block on the reverse. It was an incredible. You'll see right here. He's going to get a block right there, and he'll take out another guy, and it frees him up. Incredible way to start the game with that cutback.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. They go in a shotgun, snap to Ortiz. They'll hand this off. Rodel Garcia bounces outside. More room there. First down and still going at the 30, being chased from behind and out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Another big play for Nikki Rowe.
And what a great start for the Warriors. The way they've been able to attack on the ground, they haven't even had a chance to set up their passing game yet.
They're going to be at the 29-yard line in Mission territory. It's a run of 30 yards. 2 first downs on 2 plays here as Ortiz goes back to throw. Got a little middle screen set up, and they get it to Bernal. And Bernal actually loses a yard back to about the 30-yard line.
And they missed Rodel Garcia on the flat right there. He leaked out like a halfback pass, or like a screen pass, and they just missed him.
And there we see the defensive line starting for the Eagles. They run a 4-4 front. They're Gutierrez, Rocha, Hernandez, and Cavazos. And then the linebackers, Steve DeLeon, who made a tackle earlier, and Gomez, Garcia, and Tamez. And then there's a 3-man secondary in Cordova, De La Garza, and Gerald. And they'll run this to the left side, or rather the right side. Had a little misdirection in the backfield. Doesn't get much, and it's going to be 3rd down and long. Yeah, Weldon Gerald on the tackle there on that play. So this will bring up a 3rd down and 11 from the Eagle 30-yard line. Ortiz still in the gun, looking left, hits Bernal on a little flanker screen, and he's going to be wrapped up. Gets away from one tackler, but doesn't quite make it back to the line of scrimmage. Another loss of a yard, and it'll bring up 4th down. So it turned out very promising in the first couple of plays there, Jake, but not much going here as they got in to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, it seemed like they started to stall when they went to that screen pass. And now it puts them in a 4th and long.
I think Justin Tamez helping out there on the tackle. And it looks like on 4th down and 12, they're going to go for it here. Ortiz back to throw. Will go over the middle, and it's caught. And this is going to be a first down. 4th and 12, and Coach Robert Flores rolling the dice, and they pull it out.
And you have
Ortiz.
to look, if you're looking at the defense, I think they were in a cover 3 there, but their safeties were playing extremely far back. They did not come up on this one, and they gave them too much cushion.
Pick up a 15 yards on that play, and they convert on 4th down. And here they try to run this to the left side. Mission's defense up to the task once again. That was Hector Ramirez on the carry there.
And number 20 is not on our rosters.
Number 20, the mystery player. So it's a loss back to the 23-yard line. And this loses yardage again as they went to the right side to Bernal.
Actually, they're not going to lose any yards because he didn't catch it. But on both of these screen passes that they try to run, Mission has read it very well, and their linebackers have come up to make the play.
Nathaniel Nybert with the tackle on that last play. So 8.5 minutes to play here in the first quarter, no score. 3rd and 17 here for Rowe. I'll put a man in motion left as Ortiz rolls out right. He's going to throw it toward the end zone, and it is incomplete, intended for Bernal. And he did have a step on the defender, but the pass just a tad underthrown. Andre Royale was covering on that play.
And the Eagles have come out in this game, unlike the Memorial game, they've come out defensively ready. Their corners have been playing extremely well on the outside.
Yeah, Royale went up there with authority to knock that pass away from Bernal. They both went sky high at about the 1-yard line. So it looks like Nikki Rowe will attempt a field goal. This will be Edgar Castillo to try it from about 40 yards out. Oh, and a timeout called by Rowe. Want to talk things over, facing a 4th and 17 play. So we'll take a quick break. You're watching Football Night at McAllen. No score between the Eagles and Warriors. We'll be back in just a moment.
Yeah, because they're right.
And we're back here on Football Night at McAllen, 8:24 to play in the first quarter. Rowe took the opening kickoff and is driven down to about the 22-yard line in Mission territory. And they were thinking about field goal. Then they called timeout, and now it looks like they might go for it. They've already converted once on 4th and long on this drive. And Ortiz will be in the shotgun. 3 receivers to his right. It's the wide side of the field. They'll send a man in motion, so it's an empty backfield. Here comes the blitz throw over the middle, and incomplete. I think he had to hurry it a little bit as Mission pressure was coming in there, intended for Bernal over the middle.
Yeah, and it was a great play. Bernal was open on that one. He was able to beat the corner, just a little bit overthrown.
So they'll turn it over on downs, and it'll be Mission football. So we see that replay there. And I think if Ortiz had just a little bit more time, he would have been able to get that in there with a softer touch.
And what looked like a very promising start fizzled inside the 30.
Yeah, no points for Rowe on that first drive. And here goes Mission, their first play from scrimmage. is going to be maybe back to the line of scrimmage. That was a handoff to look like the quarterback, or was it? Oh, Moronta, number 9. The quarterback, Damian Gomez, handed it off to Horacio Moronta.
And it looked like Eric Puente was the first Warrior to get him. Great penetration in the backfield.
Linebacker. The Rowe will come with 4 down linemen, 4-3 set. 3 receivers to their left. Flag is down as Rowe may be offside here, completing a pass to Al Tijadina. Tijadina has first down yardage for the Eagles all the way up close to the 40-yard line. There's 2 flags on the field, one on opposite ends of the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it's going to be encroachment.
Offside. Defense. Penalty is declined. First down.
They declined it as they picked up a lot of yards all the way up to the 39, 16 yards. We'll see what Mission can do here with an eye backfield. Now we've got a whistle.
And I'm not sure, Mark, if the quarterback's got a really good hard count or if Rowe's just too eager to get after it. And this one's going to go against Mission.
False start. 61. Offense. 5 yards. First down.
There we see Coach Corey Detmer, head coach of the Eagles. His father, Sonny Detmer, used to coach the Eagles. And now it's 1st and 15 for Mission. They'll pass this out to the right side. It's caught there, run up ahead to about the 45-yard line. That was Steve Villarreal on the reception. We'll take a look at the starters. They've got Damian Gomez, a sophomore at quarterback. Moronta is a sophomore at running back, but they do have De Leon that will come in there. Tijadina, Lopez, and Gonzalez and Villarreal are the rest of the receivers. Offensive line in Alumada, Casados, Brazier, Alvarez, and Gaitan.
The future looks bright for Mission.
Yeah, 2 sophomores there in the offensive line and 2 in the backfield. They're a young team. Under 7 minutes to play here in the first quarter. 2nd down and 4. Big hole here up the middle. To Nikki Rowe territory, all the way to about the 43-yard line.
And the last time Mission played here, we actually saw De Leon with a lot of carries. And De Leon's going to have this is his first game back from an injury.
And there we see the Rowe defense and Leal, Garza, Isaac Mata, and Miguel Acias. And the linebackers, Reyes, Alonso, and Puente. And the secondary, it's a pretty good secondary. Ethan Ruiz, Angel Rodriguez, Chris Neal, Noe Ramirez. Ramirez and Rodriguez will both see action on offense as well. 1st and 10 for Mission. They go to Moronta, left side, and fights his way down to about the 35-yard line. Looks like a gain of about 8 on the play. That'll be 2nd and short. So Moronta will trot off the field. Hard to see his number because he has his jersey rolled up in the back. So 2nd down and 2 from the Nikki Rowe 35-yard line. And Gomez will hand this off. This looks like De Leon. And De Leon up to about the 26-yard line. So they're finding some good room up the middle.
Yeah, and it seems like they're just blowing up the line, creating that initial hole, and the linebackers are slow right now to react. I mean, he's getting about 4 yards before he's being touched.
I think Adrian Reyes in there on the tackle, along with a teammate. Might have been Alonso. Clock still running. It's been a quick first quarter. 5:08 to go here. Gomez, broken play. Now will throw this away. Smart play by the sophomore to keep his composure there, as what he wanted was not there to his right. He turns back to the left and had a man grab him, and so he had to throw it away.
And Rowe had the sack. He turned his back to the defender, spun, and somehow was able to get away from it right here.
And that was 35, Jorge Barrera, who got in there. Had his mitt on the quarterback.
I have to imagine on this play, Mark, that they're going to run straight up the gut.
Well, 2nd down and 10. They're going to toss this, and it's going to be off guard to the right side. Looks like De Leon sheds a couple of blockers, now runs a tightrope down the right sideline, all the way down inside the 5-yard line. Maintained incredible balance.
And it's going to be a chop block on Mission.
Oh, yeah, a flag down back at the 30-yard line.
At least he signaled chop block, but he pointed towards Rowe.
And officials timeout on the field.
And De Leon goes down again. It looks like he's going to have to be helped off the field.
We have 4:52 to go here in the first quarter. Yeah, and the trainer is out there. We haven't seen an official's signal yet for the flag. Here are our officials here tonight. Bobby Rodriguez is the referee. And we have Rick Rodriguez, Adrian Elizondo, Gustavo Elizondo Jr., and Lazaro Alvarez Jr. See the flag right there. I guess no one has claimed it.
One official is putting his leg out like he's saying there's a trip on the play. And the initial call looked like they were going to say chop block. But you know when the offensive coordinator is out there, something must be up. Or is that Coy? That is Coy.
And Coach Flores over there now talking to two of the officials. Remember, my colleague Mario Reyna liked to point out this is a crew that does like to explain things. You know, it's not unusual for them to come over and talk to the coaches.
2 fouls on the play. First foul, chop block, Mission. Second penalty, dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct. Rowe. 15 yards, 15 yards, first down.
So they start back where they were originally at.
We'll take a look at the replay. Oh, yeah, I see two players engaging one Nikki Rowe defender in the chop block. And then an unsportsmanlike occurred sometime after the play. Well, may have said something there. Yeah, oh yeah, there's the flag. You can't do that, especially with the official just 5 feet away from you. So those penalties offset, and it'll once again be 1st and 10. So they hand this off, and Rowe comes up with a big defensive play. Yeah, Robbie Leal there on the tackle. And on the carry was Joe Resendez. I'll move the ball back to the 27-yard line. You see the replay there. Good play by the defensive end as a senior, 5'11", 225. And on 2nd and 11, Gomez will throw it left side. It's caught by Lopez, and Lopez tripped up short of the first down at about the 19-yard line.
And that's a great open field tackle, because if he doesn't make that play, nobody's there to stop him after that.
See if you can see who made the tackle here. I think it might have been Noe Ramirez. So it brings up 3rd down and short. 3rd and 3 with 3:40 to play in the first quarter. No score yet. The Mission knocking on the door here at the 19-yard line. Handoff, big hole left side, and fights his way up to the 15. That's Moranta. And on the tackle, Robbie Leal, and I think also getting in there was Daniel Martinez. And this will be a 1st down after a gain of 4.
And this has been a long series for Mission right now. You see Rowe starting to come up with injuries with Bernal coming out of the game.
Yeah, Bernal, the starting receiver, playing a little defense in there. And that might have been him that made the tackle a couple of plays back on Lopez. I thought it was either number 1 or number 6, 6 being Ramirez. I think it was Bernal who made that tackle a couple plays ago. Now Bernal coming out. And on 1st and 10, they'll toss this left side. This looks like Moranta. Moranta is going to be hit and bottled up at about the 11-yard line. Eric Puente in there on the tackle. You take a look at that replay.
And the smart thing that Mission is doing is they're keeping the ball in their hands. Don't give Nikki Rowe a chance to score their quick scores. And they're just eating up clock right now.
Yeah, under 3 minutes to play in the first quarter. It's motoring by as Gomez will toss it to Moranta. Moranta with a hole to the 5 and down to about the 3-yard line. I think Angel Rodriguez in there on that tackle. And very nearly scored the touchdown as he took it 6 yards down to they're going to spot him at the 4. And that's a first down too. It'll be first and goal. It's kind of a wrinkle we haven't seen. The Eagles team that doesn't throw it much. It's got to comes in with a strong running game. They're going to, it looks like a broken play. Gomez is hit in the backfield, but he's able to fall forward, extend his 6'1" frame, and pick up a couple yards just on reach as Adrian Reyes brought him down.
And he doesn't play like a sophomore. He's really composed out there. The way he spun his body back on the inside and reached for that.
He looked like Kevin Dyson in that play with the Titans in the Super Bowl
just a little
number
short.
of years ago. Just came up short. It'll be second and goal from the 2-yard line. One receiver split wide left, one wide right. Hand this off to the up back, Valdez. Valdez on second effort gets in for the touchdown, and Mission is on the board. An impressive drive by Mission that goes 77 yards.
And it looked like it was going to be a toss to the outside. Some of the linebackers bit. And Moronta just rolls in. Or excuse me, not Luis Valdez.
And that's, I believe, the first time they've given it to Valdez as well, so it did catch Rowe off guard a little bit. Altihadidin will be the holder as Rene Rodriguez will attempt the extra point. It's up and it is good. With 1:37 to go here in the first quarter, our score is the Eagles 7 and the Warriors nothing. Let's take another look at that touchdown, a 3-yarder by Luis Valdez. That puts Mission in front here on Football Night in McAllen. Initially not much there, but then able to find some room to the right side and goes in for the touchdown. We'll be right back. Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD. And welcome back to Football Night in McAllen. I'm Mark May, along with Jake Berry. And we have a student assistant, John Macias, who's assisting us in the booth tonight as our spotter. Luis Valdez, a 3-yard run, puts Mission in front by a score of 7-0. And listen to this, Jake. That was an 11-play, 77-yard drive. Took 6 minutes and 40 seconds off the clock.
And it's smart for Mission to do that. Nikki Rowe can score at whim. They're a quick strike team. The more clock they chew, the less opportunities Nikki Rowe has.
There was the Angel Rodriguez back to receive this kickoff. Be Rene Rodriguez to kick it off. And this is going to be high and fielded at about the 7-yard line. Run up across the 15, trying to get outside to the 20. Has some blocking there and is hit at the 30 and forced out of bounds at about the 33-yard line.
And great job of blocking by the wall. Create some open spaces. It looked like he could be tackled deep into Nikki Rowe territory, but he turns it upfield and gets some good yards.
I think it was Rodriguez on the return. Andre Royale had the tackle. They're going to spot this at the 34-yard line. So Rowe's second possession. The first possession ended on a turnover on downs, and it died at the Mission 23-yard line. So we know they can move the football. Here's Hector Ramirez in motion. They're going to hand this off. Looks like Garcia to the left side. And he's hit after a short gain. Looks like 1 yard. And it'll bring up second down.
And on that opening drive, Rowe didn't really look to go vertical. He only went vertical twice on 4th down.
Yeah, we see De Leon at the initial contact. Victor Gutierrez also in there on the tackle. Second down and 9, last minute of the first quarter. A fake to the man in motion, handoff Garcia again, off tackle right, and he has a couple of yards. And that's going to be up third down and about 7. Nikki Rowe 0 for 2 on third down so far. So you see the replay. And here back to throws Ortiz, has the rush on, gets the pass off, and it's complete. Looks like Ansel Dua. And Ansel Dua up across the 45 to the 46 and has the first down. So they convert on third and move those chains. A gain of 9 on 3rd and 7.
And there was a great block by Ruben Saenz III right there to free him up.
It looks like De Leon was in on the tackle. 1st and 10, play action. Ortiz going to throw it long down to the post route, and it's caught at the 20-yard line and run in for the touchdown. That's Ruben Saenz III, his first touchdown of the year. And Nikki Rowe is on the board with a 54-yard touchdown strike.
Oh, we talked about they had a quick strike offense. They really did. Less than a minute 30.
Wow. And Saenz came into this game with only 1 catch for the season. Now he's got 2 catches. And he got a big touchdown there.
And the play action really set that up well.
And you know, and he was covered fairly tight there too. But Ortiz really had to put that on the money. They're lined up for the extra point. It'll be Castillo. There's a snap and hold. And the kick is a line drive, too low, and it's no good, but there is a flag down.
And usually when you see this flag, it means that one of the linemen use another one to gain leverage.
Yeah, that could mean that they get the opportunity back.
Yeah, and that looks like it's going to happen. Mission's coming back out.
Personal foul. Leapy, number 2. Half the distance.
So it'll be a half the distance penalty, really just about a 1-yard penalty. They'll attempt the extra point again. Or see the Nikki Rowe cheerleaders.
Yes.
Well, sometimes coaches I know, when they get a reprieve like this, they like to think about going for 2 when they've got it kind of extra close like that. But Rowe still has their kicking unit out there.
And it's probably a smart thing to do right now. Take the tie.
Bernal is the holder. And Castillo will attempt the extra point try. So you got a reprieve from the governor, so to speak, with that missed extra point a moment ago, but a penalty on Mission. There's a snap and hold. Another flag is down as this kick appears to be good, but they believe the flag was, and a whistle was before the snap.
This was going to be against Mission again.
Number 2, offside.
That'll be another half the distance penalty, and really you're close enough now to where you can almost lean forward and get in that end zone. They might think about going for 2 here.
And they're going to take it.
Yeah, I forgot that the extra point being good, they do have the option to. Well, I thought the play was whistled dead, but maybe not. No, yeah, I guess it was. I guess it was, yes. So Rowe will have to attempt the extra point again. Get just a wee bit closer. This will be 18-yard attempt. And another line drive extra point is right through the uprights. Castillo is true, and our game is tied 7-7. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. So after 1, we're tied at 7. Got an exciting one brewing here between Nikki Rowe and the high-flying Mission Eagles. Go ahead and take another look at the touchdown as we head into break. Ortiz was back to throw his play action, had plenty of time, and a perfect strike We see there the over-the-shoulder catch by Signs. You could see he was well covered. But Nikki Rowe converts for the touchdown, and we're tied at 7. We'll be right back.
One of the big advantages of having your child come to McAllen School District is they have a registered nurse at each and every campus. Our registered nurses are readily available for all our students, and our focus is on your child's success.
And we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. We're tied at 7. Nikki Rowe, a 4-play, 66-yard drive, a 54-yard pass from the quarterback Ortiz over to Ruben Signs. For Signs, it was his first touchdown catch. Ortiz, his 12th touchdown pass of the season. And both these teams have scored points in droves recently. We mentioned Mission has scored 28 each of their last 2 games. For Nikki Rowe, they're coming off a big win over Palmview, 55-22. And Sebastian Gonzalez, we saw a moment ago, back to receive this kickoff, although it goes out of bounds, and this will probably be placed at the 30.
And a smart play by Al Tijerina. Looked like he was going to go for the catch right there, let it go out of bounds, go get the ball, advance further up the field.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team. 5 yards. Re-kick.
They're going to make him re-kick. That's...
You don't see that often these days. It's usually with the concern about injuries and things, they try to reduce the number of kickoffs. That'll actually be the first penalty against Rowe. By the way, teams have switched ends here as we started the second quarter, so it's Mission going from right to left. Once again, we see Steve Villarreal back there to receive, standing at about his own 15-yard line. For Nikki Rowe, would be Castillo to kick it off. We also can see Sebastian Gonzalez back there to receive. Nikki Rowe looking to stay unbeaten and in a tie for first place here in district. They're 2-0 starting here tonight. Mission came in at 1-2. It's field at the 19. Big run up across the 40. Now spins his way around. That's Gonzalez. And Gonzalez, as a flag goes down, crosses the 50, picks up some more blockers into Rowe territory, down to about the 34-yard line. It looked like it was Signs, the touchdown man who was playing on the kickoff coverage, was able to get the tackle.
Great return, but it looked like 2 holds, or they caught somebody at right about midfield with a hold.
Well, that'll be a spot foul, so Mission should still have good field position. They return this all the way to the Rowe 34. But based on where the flag is, this might be coming back to maybe inside Mission's 40. The officials talking things over.
I'm not quite sure why Mario would say that they like to talk things out, but or explain things, because that only took a few minutes.
Now we see Coach Robert Flores in his second year. Head coach took the Warriors to the playoffs last year in his first year, his rookie season. He was a long-time assistant coach at Rowe before that.
And a high school referee. Refereed when I was coaching.
And we see Coach Coy Detmer, his counterpart on the other side. So the officials explaining things to both head coaches. Coach Detmer, his older brother Ty Detmer, won the Heisman Trophy back at Brigham Young back in the day. Quite an athletic family.
He was coaching in Austin at one of the Catholic schools, but now he's at BYU again.
Ty Detmer?
As a coach.
We had 2 fouls on the play. First play, hands to the face, Nikki Rowe. Second foul, we had illegal participation with a player with no helmet. Those penalties against Mission, those penalties offset the re-kick.
So we'll have a third kickoff, and that kind of hurts Mission, though, doesn't it?
It does, because they had a nice return. They were, even with the penalty, they were going to start inside the 40-ish.
Mm-hmm. So this, they said, a player who lost his helmet. Oh yeah, you can see a Mission player lost his helmet and continued to battle on, and that's a new rule, came in just a couple of years ago to protect players. If their helmet comes off, you have to just stand there and let the play end, and you can't do anything else. Oh, and Edgar Castillo helping out. The kicker himself was the one on the tackle on that last play. So here's a deep kick, and this is going to be all the way inside the 5-yard line. And it's running his spout out is all the way out to about the 25. That was Villarreal. And so Mission will have decent field position. It was Ethan Ruiz and on the tackle on that play. So we've had 3 kickoffs here to start the second quarter. 11:41 to play before halftime. We're tied at 7. Eagles, last time they had it, marched down the field and 77 yards in 11 plays. Took almost 7 minutes off the clock. And then Rowe answered back with a more of a lightning strike with a big 54-yard touchdown pass and only 4 plays. So Mission 1st and 10, their own 25. They're going to toss this left. And herd of blockers there for Moronta as he's up near first down yardage as he crosses to about the 35-yard line.
And it looked like Angel Rodriguez with the stop on that one. But for Mission, they've got to kill as much clock as they can on this drive, because what we saw with 1 minute and 26 seconds left, Rowe's able to score it whenever they want.
Yeah, Rowe's one of those teams that doesn't matter how much time is on the clock. They've got the horses to score from anywhere. And I think that was probably part of Mission's game plan, was to control the clock as much as they could. And it seems what they've done effectively so far in this game is they hand this off to Moronta again as a flag goes down. Moronta has an apparent first down, but we'll see what the flag is about. And we see the Nikki Rowe cheerleaders again under the direction of Coach Larissa Cantu.
This one's going to go against Mission, it looks like.
Chop block. Offense. Number 4, number 88. 15 yards. Second down.
Wow, 2 different guys.
And this isn't where Coach Detmer wants to be in 2nd and 3rd and longs.
Yeah, Mission so far, well, they've completed 2 of 3 passes for 24 yards, but they kind of like to go to the short pass and hope to break it. We haven't seen them go deep yet. But right now in a 2nd and 16 situation. As Gomez, the sophomore, will hand this off. Looks like a counter play up the middle. And that's Moronta once again. And he's up to the 23-yard line, a gain of just 3 on the play. And so a long 3rd down now for the Eagles. Gomez rolling out right, being chased, has to throw it on a sideline. It's off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Sebastian Gonzalez. Had a lot of smoke on it, and there is a flag down as well. So let's see what this flag is about. I'm talking to the Mission coaches. Nikki Rowe came into this game on a 4-game win streak. Mission has lost 2 in a row, so both teams going in different directions as they came into tonight's game.
We have an ineligible lineman. Receiver downfield. That penalty is declined. 4th down.
Seemed like a long delay for an ineligible receiver.
They're just talking it out, Mark.
No, talking it out.
But Nikki Rowe could actually start off with some really good field position here inside Mission's 50 if they can get a good return here.
Yeah, it's the first 4th down, and Mission punting for the first time. And this will be high, a little bit short, but takes a big Eagles bounce into Rowe territory out to about the 40, looks like about the 43-yard line. So about a 34-yard punt, and Rowe will have good field position. First punt of the evening. 9:58 to go here in the second quarter. We're tied at 7. Touchdown by Mission for Valdez, the running back, and then for Rowe, it was Sines who caught a pass from Ortiz. And that was the scoring back in the first quarter. And Nikki Rowe, their first possession here in this second frame. I'll put a man in motion as quarterback Ortiz wants to throw to his right side, has a screen over there. And it looks like Garcia bounced out of bounds.
Great screen pass there. The line set it up just right. And there's nothing you can do when you're that linebacker coming after him. You've got to commit either way. And he committed on trying to get the sack, just wasn't there.
It's a gain of 7 on the play. Alex Cordova with the tackle. And here they run this left side. They've got some room there. Looks promising as Hector Ramirez forced out of bounds at the Mission 40-yard line. He has the first down after a 10-yard pickup.
And now you're starting to see Nikki Rowe use their speed. You see on that touchdown to Sines, they showed it over the top, and right now they're using the end around to gain yards.
And Weldon Gerald making the tackle from his defensive back spot, forcing Ramirez out of bounds. They'll spot this actually at the Mission 39. First down, hand off Garcia. Hit in the backfield, sheds a couple of blocks, now is still running, has a first down and more before he's forced out of bounds on the left sideline. And it's another first down for Nikki Rowe. They're at the Mission 28. It's a gain of 12 on the play.
And on that play, Adrian Bernal, who was injured earlier, you'll see him right at the end of the play. He'll carry one of the players out of bounds right there.
Wow, yeah,
Just
great
an
block.
Impressive block. And you know, coaches talk about finishing plays. He finished that play.
He definitely did. Like finishing your check in hockey. So Ortiz is going to be sacked here. It rolled out to his right, had nowhere to throw, and it's the big linebacker Steve DeLeon, and he's been a force to reckon with on both sides, hasn't he?
Yeah, you talk about somebody finishing plays. He went right after that. He was like a missile on that play.
So a loss of 13 yards.
Loss of 13 brings up second down, 23.
So second and a mile. DeLeon is big and fast. He's 6 foot, 216 pounds. As Angel Rodriguez goes in motion, it'll be play action. Another rush is on, and Ortiz dodges a couple of would-be sackers, but they finally get him way back at the Rowe 46-yard line. A couple of guys, Alexander Gomez in there, and I think also was 27, Nathaniel Nybert. So Mission called the blitz at the right time. And it looked like Ortiz initially was going to get away, but then some more rushers came in there. Wow, that's a loss of another 10 yards. It's now third down and a monstrous 33. We're going to have to climb Mount Everest just to get the first down, and Rowe wants to talk things over. They're going to call timeout. That'll be their second timeout with 8:12 to play here in the second quarter. We're tied at 7. Nikki Rowe facing a long third down when we come back. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
We love a good game, but here at Bogus, we don't believe in games and gimmicks when you're buying a new vehicle. just real deals, friendly service, and fair prices. It's better at Bogus in Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at bogusford.com.
And we're back to watching District 30 6A action here from McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. I'm Mark May along with Jake Berry. Our score tied at 7. And Rowe had a promising drive brewing here, Jake, but it's gone backwards in a hurry.
Yeah, and you know, I wonder if Michigan's going to do this more often. They're bringing the heat, making it harder for Ortiz to actually get the ball out of his hands. And you want to do that with a younger quarterback. You want to bring that heat and make him make an error in Michigan's favor.
Have the dance cam on the scoreboard here for a moment. Now 3rd down and 33. Shotgun snap to Ortiz. They're going to set up a screen to the right side, and it's going to be way short as Garcia is fought out of bounds at about the 49 as Steve DeLeon, who came in there for the tackle along with Jairo Rocha from his defensive line spot.
And the Eagles did not bite on that. They ran actually 2 screens on one side. They ran with Bernal on the top side and Raudel Garcia on the bottom, and nobody bit on it.
Yeah, only picked up 2 yards. So 8:05 to go in the quarter. And here's a high snap over the punter's head. Picks it up at the 30, and Mission will have him down at the 25-yard line. Looked like Weldon Gerald in there along with a couple of teammates. And goodness gracious, things unraveled horribly for Rowe on that drive. Went backwards on 3 of the 4 plays. And the punt will have as Mission, or the punt attempt, will have Mission set up in good field position at the Rowe 25-yard line. We take a look at the replay.
And the snap was a little high. The punter probably should have been able to catch it off that hop, but tough play.
I think also back there helping out was Alex Cordova for Mission. So a good play by Mission on the special teams. Handoff Moronta. And Moronta across the 20 to about the 18-yard line, brought down by Miguel Macias. A gain of 7 on the play.
And the middle's been open for Mission tonight. You didn't see that earlier again with Gruya. When Gruya played Rowe, you didn't see the middle that open.
Mission has 78 yards on the ground, 24 through the air. 2 receivers left, eye backfield, handoff Moronta, trying to bounce it outside, has some space, hit at the 10 and down to near the 7-yard line. That was Ethan Ruiz in there on the tackle. And Ruiz with a good open field tackle there, otherwise he might have scored.
Yeah, great open field tackle. But what you saw right there is that Mission's been showing that those runs to the middle, and they bounce that off on that one.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, when you have success running it inside, then bounce it outside, you can catch the defense unawares sometimes. Clock running at just over 7 minutes. Handoff, big hole up the middle here at the 5 and down to the 4. A terrific open field tackle once again for Nikki Rowe.
Was that Bernal? I have to look right now.
We'll
it was
take
single
a look
digits,
at the replay.
Whomever it was, he came out of there like he was shot through a cannon.
Okay, it might have been Ruiz. I think also in there looked like 58 Daniel Martinez.
Way off.
So a gain of 4 on the play. So second down from the 4-yard line. Up the middle, gains maybe 3 yards. As Steve DeLeon with the carry. Several Warriors had to stop him. They'll bring up, I believe, 3rd and goal from the 3. Clock under 6 minutes and counting here in the second quarter. And
now, Mark, if you don't get this, you go for it on 4th down?
Might depend on how close you are, and they're going to talk it over now as Mission calls timeout. But I think if you're inside the 1, I think you probably do because they've had good success with the run.
And I've been impressed with Mission because we saw them play here a few weeks back, and they really fell apart early against McAllen Memorial. They scored some points, but they really were never in that game.
Yeah, they were down 28-0 before they knew what hit them, but they ended up scoring 28 points. They never did.
Yeah.
The fight stayed out there, but you're right. They were in a deep hole before they could get anything going.
Yeah, and in those situations, you just want to finish the game honorable. You want to leave everything you can on the field, but they played extremely well tonight. They started to bring the heat that last series that Rowe had the ball. They look like a different team.
Yeah, they do look much improved from what we saw a couple of weeks ago. The more competitive unit out there against this Nikki Rowe team. And it's been lower scoring than I thought. I was expecting a high scoring game, but it's 7-7 right now. And Mission with a 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line. They'll line up a receiver wide left and 1 wide right. 2 men in the backfield behind Gomez, who is under center. And Gomez going to toss this left. It looks like DeLeon. DeLeon with some blocking is hit at the 2. Goes in for the touchdown. And a touchdown for the Eagles. They regain the lead at 13-7. So they took advantage of the hiccup on the punt attempt by Nikki Rowe. Took over at Rowe's 25-yard line. And 5 plays later, were able to punch it in from 3 yards out.
And DeLeon came off the field. He still has that little limp, but he's out there trucking.
And there's Rene Rodriguez's extra point. Good. And Mission leads it now 14-7 with 5:33 to go here in the second quarter. We'll take another look at this touchdown. They had Valdez and DeLeon in the backfield. Valdez had scored their first TD. They elected to go to DeLeon to the left side. And he got hit at about the 1-yard line, as you'll see right here. And then was able to bounce his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Mission back in front, 14-7. We'll be back in a moment on Football Night at McAllen.
At Rio Bank, our goal is to help you grow and prosper with the right financial tools, quality customer service, and banking done with honesty and integrity. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
And we're back here on Football Night at McAllen. Eagles leading at 14-7. And that was a scoring drive that started at the Rowe 25-yard line after a mess up on the punt attempt by Rowe. Mission had the ball from the 25 and went a 5-play, 25-yard drive, 3-yard run by DeLeon. And they're up 14-7. Here's the kickoff. This is high and short, can be fair caught by Nikki Rowe at about their 29. So they'll have some good field position there. 5:33 to go here in the quarter. They have 1 timeout.
And I think right now, if you're Nikki Rowe, you want to establish that run. The run is going to help you get those passing lanes that you had early in the game. But they really, on that last drive, put themselves in a bad spot by going 2nd and long, 3rd and long.
Yeah, Mission threw in a wrinkle we hadn't seen with that blitz. They had some that was effective for them on the last possession. We'll see what Rowe does here. They're going to flip this, go back to their bread and butter, running back to the right side. So Hector Ramirez, and Ramirez all the way up near the 40-yard line, shoved out of bounds by number 3, Alex Cordova. They love to do that, put Ramirez in motion and then flip it to him right at the snap.
And it's a smart play. On that play, Mission was bringing the heat from the right side. They ran it to the opposite side, and they were able to get positive yards.
And it's a safe play, too. I mean, you're just flipping it right in front of him to him, a little shovel pass. And here they try it again, but this time Mission ready for it. It's going to lose yardage.
And on that play, they were sold out. They had linebackers coming from both sides, ready to squeeze that play.
This Angel Rodriguez on the carry. to spot it back at the 37, a loss of 3 on the play. And comes in motion again. This time it's play action. Going to throw it long over the middle and incomplete. Intended for Signs. And Signs running over the middle. That was the same kind of play they scored the touchdown on earlier in the half. And this time a little bit overthrown.
And if you're Ortiz right now, you don't know where the defenders are coming from because they're bringing them from both sides. So for him, he's coming back, setting up, and he never knows that there's going to be somebody right in his face.
Michael Delva covering on that play and brings up 2nd and 13. Rolling out to his left side, being chased, going to have to throw this away.
Alexander Gomez was on that for Mission, coming right after him, but great block.
And I said 2nd and 13, but it was actually 3rd and 13. So after the incompletion, Rowe will now send out the punting unit.
There's some great blocks on that play. Alexander Gomez was still able to get through on that. And we'll have to see how the punting goes on this possession.
See how it goes. Rowe's second punt attempt, and they get this one off. And Castillo, a high one, goes all the way back to the 21, picked up there. Returner coming out to the Gonzalez and crosses the 30 and is up near the 35-yard line. So about a 15-yard return there by Sebastian Gonzalez.
And Mission has played a great first half. If they can chew up as much clock as they can right here, they're still going to get the ball to begin the second half.
Well, that's right, and they've got the touchdown lead right now, 14-7 with 4:18 to play before halftime. So Mission at their own 33-yard line. They're going to go play action here. And rolling out right, hit Moronta on the short catch all the way up to about the 45. Looks like about a 12-yard gain. So good play call there after they've been doing a lot of runs, come out with the pass. And Chris Neal making the tackle there from his safety spot.
And Gomez did a good job. You see a lot of young players, they get the play action. They think they have to go long on this. But he doesn't. He just does a little dump right there, and he lets Moronta do all the work.
He's being efficient. That's what you're trying to say.
Efficient, very. And in high school football, if you're efficient, you put yourself in a chance to win the game every time.
And Moronta there does a run play that time, and he's up near another first down. I think it was Ruiz who shoved him out of bounds. But Mission moving the football. They've got it into Rowe territory now with under 4 minutes to play here before halftime. That's a Rowe 46, a gain of 9. So 2nd down and 1. 2 receivers to the left, 2 men in the backfield, and Gomez under center. Hand this off straight ahead. That's Moronta. Across the 45. It looks like the 43, a gain of about 3 on the play.
And they keep whittling down the clock, too. Right now, with 3:45 left in the game. They're doing a good job of ball control.
Yeah, and they still have the 1 timeout, or actually 2 timeouts in their pocket. So here's a toss right. This is DeLeon. DeLeon with a herd of blockers has good yardage all the way down there at the 30. It'll be
Flag
another
play.
First down. Oh, but there's a flag. You're right. Way back at the line of scrimmage. This will probably be coming back.
Holding, 88, offense. 10 yards, first down.
So 10-yard mark off against the Eagles. That'll cost them actually closer to 20 when you consider the amount of yardage that DeLeon picked up. This will push them back to the Mission 47. It'll be 1st and 20. So Mission up 14-7 here. 3:10 to play here before halftime. Eagles trying to get some more points. Tight end on the left and 3 receivers left as they toss this to DeLeon. And DeLeon hit in the backfield. Ball comes loose. Picked up by Rowe. Is being returned. And this looks like it might be a touchdown. That's Alonso, the linebacker, who picked up the loose football and returned it about 39 yards for the apparent touchdown.
And Gomez is down right now.
Oh, Sergio Hernandez with the caused the fumble? Okay, Sergio caused the fumble. And there we see Alonso right there. Yeah, fumble caused by Sergio Hernandez and then picked up by his linebacker teammate, Josea Alonso.
And on the play, it looks like Gomez might have been dinged up.
Yeah, there's officials timeout at the moment. Let's see if we can take a look at the replay. I see no flags out there, so it looks like this play will stand. As we take a look at this replay, as DeLeon was, stripped of the football. A clear fumble there. And then Johnny on the spot was Josea Alonso, who rambled in from about 35 yards out for the touchdown. And Nikki Rowe now trailing just by 1 point, 14-13. That's the second week in a row that they've generated a defensive touchdown. I think they had 2 against La Jolla last week against Juarez Lincoln. So the road defense has been a force of its own in the last couple of weeks. And we'll take a quick break right now with 2:55 left here before halftime. It's 14-13. They have an officials timeout. So we'll be back with more football in McAllen in just a moment.
Ever since I was young, I've had a passion for science, and I really hope to change the world through chemistry.
And we're back on football night in McAllen. Mark May with Jake Berry and John Macias, our student spotter. And they've got the Rowe kicking team out there now. It's 14-13. It was a handoff to DeLeon. He was stripped of the football by 34 Sergio Hernandez, and then number 33 Josea Alonso scooped it up. A little scoop and score there from 39 yards out. There's the extra point try. Snap to Bernal, good hold. The kick is up and away, and Castillo's kick is good. With 2:55 to play here in the first half, we're tied 14-14. And Nikki Rowe cheerleaders are happy about that. Unexpected turn of events here as Mission looked to be moving the football. And you can see all of a sudden a great defensive play right when the Warriors needed it most. Hernandez with the strip and then the scoop by Alonso. And a touchdown Warriors.
I was wrong on that one. I thought it was Gomez that went down with an injury, but it looks like it was Esteban de Leon that got nicked up on that play.
So we'll take a break. Back with the kickoff in a moment. We're tied at 14.
My dream is to become a marine biologist because I have always loved sharks and turtles, and exploring ocean life is what I want to do.
Back here on football night at McAllen, our first turnover of the evening. That was one of our keys to the game we talked about, is turnovers, how they can really turn a game on its head. And Eagles seem to be controlling things, had the momentum, and then all of a sudden the Warriors come up with a big play and tie the game at 14. And see one of our cameramen waving hello. Here's the kickoff. Going to be picked up at the goal line. Run up ahead across the 15 to the 20. Now that the 30 picks up another block. Spun around at the 35 and all the way up to about the 42-yard line. Terrific return there by Steve Villarreal. So the Eagles will have excellent field position still with 2:45 to go before halftime. And they do have 2 timeouts to work with. And we're in a tie ball game. Taking a look at that replay. Just some determined running. So Sergio Hernandez made the first contact, then took a couple of other Warriors to finally bring him down. See if there may have been a flag down.
Yards, first down.
Oh, that was after the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Definitely not what they needed here with under 3 minutes to go.
And you're just shooting yourself in the foot every time with those kind of plays.
So 2:45 to go here, and it's Mission's football at their own 27-yard line. Now the passing formation with 3 receivers to the left side. They're going to throw it left, a flanker screen there for Tijerina. He's hit and surges forward up to about the 36. It's like a gain of 9 on the play. Oh, Eric Fuente in on the tackle. And Noe Ramirez also in there. And Chris Neal as well. So 2nd down and 1 here for Mission. Gonna hand this off, and now there's a whistle stopping the play. It was Moronta with the football. But this will be against the Eagles.
False start, 65, offense, 5 yards, first down. Second down.
And so 2nd and 1 becomes 2nd and 6. You see the replay there. And the ball whistle dead. So Eagles move back to their own 31 now. Clock under 2 minutes to go. And Eagles been moving back. Toss left side. This is Moronta. Has a convoy of blockers at the 40. Hit at the 45. Goes out of bounds to stop the clock. Also picks up the first down. All the way up to the Mission 46-yard line. A gain of 15 yards.
And on that play, everybody on that sweep had a man marked. He doesn't get touched until he's in the 2nd level. And at that, he's just pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it was Bernal that forced him out. So clock stopped at 1:49. Gomez wants to run right. It's going to be reverse it back to the left side. And it's coming here's at the 50. Dodges a tackler and goes down in road territory about the 48-yard line. And on the carry there was Joe Resendez. So I think they're hoping for a little more, but they did pick up some good yardage down to the row 41, a gain of 13 yards. And it's another Eagle first down. Take a look at that replay. Good open field tackle by Ramirez. And here the ball is loose on the field, and I think Nikki Rowe has come up with it. That looks like number 35, Jorge Barrera.
Incredible play. He was on the ground when he stripped the ball and just held on to it.
Yeah, let's take a look at this with 1:19 to go before halftime. And Mission once again moving that football. Well, this is the 2nd turnover on as many possessions for the Eagles. See, they toss this to Moronta. It was hit in the backfield by Barrera. You're right, Jake. He just not strip it and fall on it, but just plain old took it away.
Big bear hug. And
So
right now, short field for Rowe.
Yeah, they're at the their own 45-yard line. They complete a pass, tackled inbounds right at the 45. That's Alexander Gomez tackling Adrian Bernal. So no gain, and the clock will run. Warriors have just 1 timeout. It's a tie ball game, 14-14.
And if you're Mission, do you bring the heat right now knowing that Rowe is going to throw the ball?
Well, they're rushing only 3 here. I think they were trying to set up the screen, but Mission had smoked that out. And now a pass downfield is knocked away and incomplete, but there is a flag down.
Yeah, because it was supposed to be a screen pass. All the linemen took off running, and he held the ball, so it's going to be a legal man downfield.
Pass was intended for Bernal. I think it was Royale who was covering him on the play, knocked the ball down.
Ineligible lineman downfield. 5 yards, first down. Second
and you
down.
can't put that on the lineman because the linemen can't see that play. They know exactly where they're supposed to go on that. And on that play,
yeah, it's timing in their head, right?
Yes.
They're just kind of counting 1,001, 1,002, and then they go.
And so all of them were about the 50-yard line when that pass was being thrown.
You can see, yeah, it looked like he wanted to go left side, then is forced out of the pocket to the right. And, yeah, you can see by that time there's some offensive linemen way downfield. And here on 2nd and 15, they're going to go to Garcia trying to get outside. And Garcia is going to be pulled down from behind. Looked like 33, Brian Controla.
And I didn't know if Mission was going to try to call one of their 2 timeouts, but they want to let this thing roll down. Mission will receive the ball in the second half, so it's a smart play.
And they're down to the last 8 seconds here before halftime. Neither team wanting to stop it. And now that I think a timeout is called with 3.5 seconds left. Timeout called by Nikki Rowe.
And Rowe will play for 1.
Yeah, play for 1 play here. They've used their last timeout. And it gives them an opportunity to maybe just air it out downfield. They did connect once on a long distance throw. That was a 54-yard strike to Ruben Saenz back in the first quarter.
And Rowe's got the weapons to get open. We'll have to see what Mission goes into if they're in their prevent.
So teams coming back out onto the field now. .5 seconds left on the clock. Rowe has it at their own 42, so they're 58 yards away from the Mission end zone. They're going to put 3 receivers to the wide side of the field on the right, 1 to the left, 1 man in the backfield with Ortiz. Now they're just going to flip it. It's going to be short, but plenty of running room here. And this is Angel Rodriguez all the way to the 40, still going, dodges a tackler all the way down to the Mission 30-yard line. So a huge, great play there statistically, but the half is over, and the teams will trot into the locker room. So we're tied at 14 here at the midway point. We'll have the Eagles marching band, followed by the Nikki Rowe Warrior marching band, both getting ready for pigskin competition coming up on Saturday, which will be here at this very stadium starting at 7 o'clock on Saturday. They do have an official timeout on the field at the moment before they allow the bands to come out there, but we are at halftime, tied at 14. And so
Halftime.
we will go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back with halftime activities in just a moment. We'll have all the halftime stats for you, plus some highlights that we'll let you take a look at right now. So we're at halftime. Hope you're enjoying it. We're tied at 14 between the Warriors and Eagles here on Football Night in McAllen.
Give us a chance to get to know you better. Honesty, integrity, and quality of service. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome, from the heart of Mission, Texas, the mighty Mission Eagle Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Isla Coronado, Elisa Salinas, and Briseida Cruz. Color guard captains are Aline Flores, Adiel Moreno, and Samantha Farias. Tonight, the band will treat you to excerpts from Peter Tchaikovsky's The Sleeping Beauty, featuring a clarinet solo by sophomore Isabella Ayala, as well as Lana Del Rey's Young and Beautiful, featuring a flute solo by senior Gabby Reyna. Enjoy the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's halftime show featuring the mighty Warrior Band in color guard. Last Saturday, McAllen ISD hosted the City of Palms Marching Band Contest. Rowe High School was awarded first place in the small 6A group and 5th overall out of 19 bands from throughout South Texas. On top of that, our color guard was awarded top small 6A color guard, and the Rowe Band was awarded a superior rating. How about a big round of applause for the Nikki Rowe High School Mighty Warrior Band. Mighty Warrior Band will now present their Pigskin Show, featuring the music from Bent. The Warrior Band is under the field direction of head drum major Angela Arzola and drum majors Cassandra Covarrubias and David Campos. And now, Nikki Rowe High School proudly presents the Mighty Warrior Marching Band. School Mighty Warrior Marching Band. A special tomahawk salute to the great students, teachers, administration, community members, band parents, band boosters, and sponsors of the Nikki Rowe High School Band. Thank you for your outstanding support. The 2017-2018 Color Guard officers are Hector Lopez and Infinity Jimenez. The Rowe Band is under the direction of Roberto Garza, assisted by Abel Ocañas, Marisol Robledo, Henry Castillo, Denise Rodriguez, Bruce Brooker-Key, and Paulina Perez. The Tiaras want to wish our Mighty Warrior Band good luck at Pigskin this Saturday. They are under the direction of Susan Cheryl Thomas. The Tiara officers are First Lieutenant Junior Melanie Nicole Veron, Captain Senior Ashley Lorraine Garza, Major Senior Annalisa Ochoa. All three officers were selected as Showtime International and Showmakers of America All-Star Dancers. Annalisa Ochoa will also be performing in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in New York City. Our Tiara of the Week is Sofia Maldonado. Once again, good luck to the Warrior Band at this Saturday's Pigskin Jubilee. Thank you for your hospitality, and let's go Warriors!
And we're back here at Football Night in McAllen, and McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium. The crowd having a good time here listening to Neil Diamond blaring over the scoreboard. They're the Mission Eagles getting ready to come out to start this second half. You can see the Rowe student body excited. The Rowe football players getting ready to come through their inflatable helmet. As soon as they get it pumped up and ready, we've got the Little Warriors who are about to run out onto the field. And Mission came with their own fog machine there on the left side. They came prepared. They run past the Talons on their inflatable eagle and come out onto the field. We're tied at 14 here at halftime. And there come the Little Warriors. These are elementary kids who joined the Little Warriors Club. They get a Warriors t-shirt, and that becomes their ticket to get into every Warriors home game. So they get free to all the Warrior home games, and they get to run out onto the field to start the second half before every football game. New tradition this season, also have Little Bulldogs and Little Mustangs for each of the McAllen teams. And here come the big Warriors, the mighty Nikki Rowe Warriors. First varsity season back in 1992. And still going strong. Let's take a look at our halftime stats between these two teams, and it was kind of favoring Mission there a bit as they're tied at 14 first downs. The Eagles were more methodical with the football. The Warriors had the more big plays, so first downs favoring the Eagles. Rushing yards heavily in favor of the Eagles as the Warriors had several long negative plays, including a punt that lost 24 yards. Passing yards favors the Warriors. And then penalties, Mission a little bit heavy with 6 penalties, only 2 on Nikki Rowe, and then 2 turnovers. One of those turnovers leading directly to a Nikki Rowe touchdown. The other turnover stymied a promising Mission offensive drive. So we're tied at 14. We're going to bring in our student guest announcer tonight, John Macias, who's a student at Achieve Early College High School. And he's a big sports fan and wants to be a sportscaster one day. And John, your thoughts on the first half?
Oh, well, I'm really impressed how committed Mission has stayed on the running game. I haven't really seen them air it out, but it paid dividends. They're over 100 rushing yards. You can't ask for better. Compared to Rowe rushing yards, well, Rowe, they'll probably run it a little bit more this half just because they've been airing it out just a tad bit where Mission's going to be able to adjust.
All right, and you take a look at the camera there. You can see that we're here making your debut online, so to speak. Here, and glad you could be with us here on Football Night in McAllen. And we're here to start the second half. And it's kicking off to Mission, who'll go from left to right, field at their 5-yard line, run up across the 20 up to about the 25 is Steve Vidal before he's knocked down, and it'll be good field position here for the Mission Eagles.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they just commit to the running game and throw in a tad, just a little bit more airing out the ball once in a while, just to throw off Rowe's defense. We'll see how that goes this half.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see what kind of adjustments teams have made in the halftime locker room. So officials talking something over at the moment over on the Rowe sideline.
A little discussion with Coach Rob Flores.
And we take once again a look at the halftime stats as it favored Mission in first downs and rushing yards, and of course Nikki Rowe about 2-1 in passing yards, and of course the penalties 6-2, with Mission having more trouble with the yellow flags, and then 2 turnovers on Mission kind of hurt their cause a little bit. They probably have the lead right now, if not for the turnovers. So I think we're ready to resume action now, and Mission will have it at their own 25-yard line. Mission came into this game at 3-4, trying to stop a 2-game losing streak, and they've done pretty well in the first half as this handoff will go to Moronta. He's got a gain of about 5.
And once again, they go to the bread and butter, just going to Moronta and letting him run through the middle. Just it's giving them some good yards.
Now bring up second down and 5 as we take a look at that replay. See Moronta, a good surge there, good blocking by the offensive lineman. Should includes Gaitan, Alvarez, Brasher, Casados, and Ahumada. And here a back to pass. It's going to be a short pass, incomplete, intended for Gonzalez. They're trying to set up a flanker screen on the right side, and now a very late flag comes in. This is well after the play. And this might be some kind of unsportsmanlike conduct or a late hit or something. The way Mission's reacting, it might be against them. And Coach Coy Detmer has a question on his side. Just started the third quarter here, tied at 14.
Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 77, White. Dead ball foul. Third down.
Yeah, that really
Correction.
hurts because
Personal foul. Personal foul. Third down.
personal foul instead of unsportsmanlike, but it really hurts because they had already thrown the incomplete pass, so they'd already lost the down, and this was after the whistle penalty, so it moves them back 15 yards. They lose the down, so 3rd and 5 becomes 3rd down and 20.
That is definitely not what they needed to start off this half, but hopefully it can go on a smoother note. But on the other hand, Rowe can take this to their advantage. So we'll see.
Yeah, good opportunity for the Warriors to get a stop here and get the ball back in probably good field position, as Mission has it at their own 15, but they got to get a stop here as Gomez wants to throw, has plenty of time but nowhere to go. Now he's going to throw long left side and just really threw that away, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Oh.
And now we've got a flag in the backfield. This could be a late hit. That's right about the spot where the quarterback unleashed the football.
Personal foul. Roughing the pass. 35. Defense. 15 yards. 3rd down.
And they catch a break. Mission Eagles catch a break there, and they just end
Personal
up
foul.
right back where they
Roughing
were
the
in the
pass.
beginning.
35.
3rd down.
Defense. 1st down.
Yeah, that's a big one to let them off the hook as we look at the replay. We just threw the football away after being flushed out of the pocket. And 3rd and 20, and Rowe ends up with a roughing the passer call, 15 yards and an automatic 1st down. So Mission still has possession now at their own 30. They're going to hand this off up the middle. That's Moronta, and he surges up to about the 33-yard line, and they'll bring up 2nd down. So clock running at 10:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. We're tied at 14. And it looks like Jorge Barrera and also Daniel Martinez in there to wrap up the Moronta. They'll line up their tight end. Another flag. Ray Garcia, I was going to say their tight end lined up on the right side. But there's a flag down on the opposite side of the field. We've had a lot of flags here in this early part of the 2nd half.
How many flags have we seen in just the first, 4 minutes?
Let's see, there have been, 2 accepted penalties.
Oh, wow.
And this would be the 3rd.
No flag.
Oh.
Second down and 7 for the Eagles. Their own 3-yard line. See Coach Flores. And Ray Garcia will line up on the left side, the tight end, 2 men in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. This looks like Moronta again. It's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage, thrown down. Does get forward a little bit for a gain of about 3, but it'll bring up 3rd down.
Just going straight to the bread and butter. And what I like what Rowe's doing, adjusting to just compacting the middle, because they know they're going to give it to Moronta, so they're getting those proper stops they need.
So 3rd down and 5 here for Mission, and they are 2 for 3 on 3rd down. make that 2 for 4.
Timeout.
And Mission's going to like to take a timeout. That'll be their first one, so we'll take a quick break. The score tied 14-14 with 9:30 to play here in the third quarter. You're watching Football Night in McAllen. We'll be back right after this.
Your child is family. Embraced with academic rigor, life skills, and enrichment, our students earn college credit, associate's degrees, licenses and certifications, and advanced diplomas. McAllen ISD.
Okay, we're back here on Football Night in McAllen. We're tied at 14, the Eagles and Warriors. Eagles have led or been tied throughout. Warriors have not had the lead in this game. It was 7-0 Mission early, then the Warriors tied it at 7, then the Eagles took the lead back at 14-7 before Rowe tied it with a fumble return for a touchdown in the second quarter. And that's where we stand right now. Mission with the football, facing a 3rd down and 5 from their own 35 as Gomez flushed out of the pocket, has the ball stripped away, picked up by a teammate, or rather Gomez still with it, I should say, but he has to throw it away.
Seems like he's on the field. He's on the track.
Yeah, Gomez on the sideline right now being attended to as the punting team comes out there. And he was in the grasp of the defenders who swirled him around, and I thought he had lost the football, may have picked it up on the one hop, and then was able to throw it away for an incompletion to avoid loss of yardage. Mission's punting unit is out there now. And they'll punt the football, and it'll go into Warrior territory at about the 44-yard line.
Not a very long punt. Hopefully Rowe can take advantage. They do have decent field position to make a quick strike on these Mission Eagles.
Yeah, just about a 22-yard punt, actually. No return. And Nikki Rowe will start off at their own 44-yard line. First possession here in the third quarter. Tied at 14. Hand goes in motion. And it's a fumble in the backfield. And a flag goes down as one of the Mission players, Thomas Garcia, did not fall on it. It was Rodell Garcia who fell on it. So Rowe does retain possession, but there is a flag.
Yards. First down.
So it was a penalty against Nikki Rowe anyway. That'll move it back 5 yards.
I'm really impressed on how the tackles are rushing in and just giving it to Rowe right now. Not letting him give any space right now.
Yeah, Mission has had good pressure since mid-second quarter, and there's another fumble, but it bounces right back to Ramirez, or make that, Noe Ramirez, who runs out of bounds at about the 44-yard line. So he was in motion, they flipped it to him, dropped the football, but it bounced right back up to him like a basketball, and was able to pick up, got the penalty yardage back to the 44.
What a lucky break.
And they haven't used Noe Ramirez that much in this game. He came in with 21 catches and 5 touchdowns. He's been rather quiet tonight on the offensive side.
And there seems to be discussion with the refs down on the field.
Yeah, there was no flag on the play, so I'm not sure what. Maybe there was a flag, but now they're moving the football back. Or maybe they're saying that his knee was down.
The play was a forward pass that was dropped, incomplete. Second down.
Oh, I see. They're ruling it as a forward pass, and it was a bit of a shovel pass to Ramirez. Since he dropped it, it wasn't a fumble. That was just ruled an incomplete pass.
So it's going to be second down and 15.
Yeah, the ball go back to the line of scrimmage, which is the 39. They had a penalty, so second down and 15. And they do the same thing again. This is also Noe Ramirez scrambling forward to about the 42.
And you just see 3 Mission Eagles go right at him, not letting them go any forward than they can on that line of scrimmage.
And now it's third down for Nikki Rowe. They were 1 for 6 on third down in the first half. As you see the replay there, Ramirez tried to go inside, bounced it outside, and was tackled by a couple of defenders, including Andrew Maldonado. Ortiz wants to throw. Is setting up the screen. They have Bernal there, complete to him on 3rd and long, spinning his way forward, and is up across the 50 to about the 48. Going to be about 2 yards shy of the first down. But they had him back at the line of scrimmage, but Bernal just able to spin his way around and turn himself loose and pick up about 10 yards on that play, but they're still going to be short.
Way to use that spin to set them free just to get a couple more yards so they can, even though it's 4th down, those yards can't come into play.
And they might consider going for it, and it looks like they are. They're 1 for 2 on 4th down in the first half. And here they do a play action. They're going to throw long left side. There's a little bit of contact as the ball goes incomplete. And this is going to be ruled incomplete pass. Bernal feels he was interfered with. The officials apparently calling it incidental contact. And this will be an incomplete pass and a turnover on downs. We'll take a look at the replay when we get a chance here. As Mission's going to take over right at midfield at their own 48-yard line. 7:44 to go here in the third. Still a tie ball game, so we take another look at this on 4th down. This was a 4th and 2, and they went deep. Bernal had a step, and the contact had already occurred before they came into our camera frame. And I think it's one of those things where if the defender is looking back for the ball, then they'll be a little bit more liberal on the incidental contact. I think that's what they ruled there. And here's Moronta with the carry, gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
And you can see the adjustment Rowe did right there. They blitzed in and didn't let Moronta go anywhere.
So Jorge Barrera in on the tackle along with a couple of other Rowe players. Clock running at 7:20 to play here in the third. And 2nd down and 10. Shotgun snap. They're going to hand this off. Trying to bounce this outside. This is Resendez. Has some room.
Ooh.
And finally down to the row 41 before he's forced out of bounds. A hard tackle by the safety, Chris Neal.
Great tackle. Great tackle to push him sideline. He just wrapped him up and did what he had to do.
Now, officials are talking about something back at the original line of scrimmage. There may have been a flag down.
Holding, offense, number 77. 10 yards, 2nd down.
Well, that hurts there. They had picked up a first down all the way to the row 41. Now they're going to move it back. This will go all the way back to the Mission 38-yard line.
So now it's going to be a 2nd and 21.
Yeah, in essence, a 20-yard loss. The 10 they picked up and then 10 more.
Excuse me, 2nd and 20.
So Rowe is going to put on the blitz as they give this to Moronta. Moronta hit at the 40 and still fighting forward. Just keeps on turning his feet. Good second effort on all the way up to about the 48-yard line. Looks like he got penalty yardage back. It'll be 3rd and still about 10 or 11. The Eagles 2 for 5 on 3rd down in this game.
I am so surprised they haven't put in Esteban de Leon yet. That seemed like shocking to me. He was doing really good toward the end of the first.
And they go with a wildcat. This is Moronta. And Moronta hit in the backfield and then gets back to about the line of scrimmage. Doesn't fool Nikki Rowe as they defended that very well. I think Jorge Barrera, the defensive lineman, surging in there to get first contact. And to bring up 4th down, and the punting unit will come on. And here's the punt. They're going to kick this away from the return man. It's going to take a huge Eagle bounce as me touched inside the 10-yard line. And so the Warriors will be bottled up way back at their own 7-yard line. So excellent punt there with no return. Third punt of the night by the Eagles. We're still tied at 14. So here we go. Nikki Rowe riding a 4-game win streak here tonight. And this game's still hanging in the balance. As they hand this off to Garcia off right tackle up to about the 10-yard line. He's brought down by a couple of defenders, including Victor Gutierrez. A gain of 3 on the play. We're going to credit him with 4. It's 2nd down and 6. Eagles with 3 down linemen. They're going to blitz 1 linebackers. They run this to the left side. It's Garcia hit at the 15. Also by Nathaniel Nybert. And bring up 3rd down and short.
Great tackle by both of those Eagles. If they wouldn't have tackled him, he would have probably got some serious yardage just downfield.
Yeah, the blitz was from the opposite side, and Rowe had the right call in there, running away from that blitz. Oh, there we see an encroachment by the Eagles. Other players jumping offside and might have been able to get back in time, but once
Offsides. Number 1, defense. 5 yards, 1st down.
Once you make contact with the other team, their helmets collided, it's an automatic whistle. Eagles have 81 yards in penalties now in this game.
And it seems like they're going to throw it right here.
And picked up a 1st down there for the Warriors. They hand this off to Garcia. And Garcia up to about the 24-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. And the clock continuing to run at 4:15 left here in the 3rd quarter. Tie ball game. I think that was Chris Hernandez in there on the tackle. And here now they run this left side, forced out of bounds after he crosses the 30. That was Hector Ramirez again.
Great hit by Andrew Maldonado, just forcing him outside.
And it's up to the 31-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. Man goes in motion. That's Javier Rivero. They'll line up 3 receivers to the right side. And man in motion again. They fake to him as they handed it off up the middle. Garcia hit, still going, up to about the 39-yard line. And a gain of 8.
And again, tackled by Andrew Maldonado.
Yeah, hard running by Garcia, who came in tonight with about 470 yards rushing, leading the team in that category, averaging over 7 yards per carry. As here they try Garcia again on the left side, and he fights his way up to about the 41, a gain of just 2 on the play. And it'll bring up 3rd down, unless they say he had enough for the 1st down. I think they're going to have to measure.
It looks like a 1st down for me up here. And they're calling it a 1st down.
So you're right. 1st down for the Warriors. 2 1st downs on this drive, so we're down to 3.5 minutes to go in the quarter. They'll put a man in motion. It looks like Ramirez trying to get outside to the left side and is able to get about 2 yards. Kind of ran out of real estate there a little bit as they were trying to run that sweep to the short side of the field. And bring up 2nd down and 8 here. Actually a gain of just 1. You see on the replay. Ortiz, 6'3" sophomore. done a good job at quarterback tonight. Has one touchdown pass so far as they hand this off at the middle. Garcia hit at the 45 and still fighting. And it'll go down or bring up third down. They're going to give him yardage up to the 45. So a gain of 3 on the play.
Took about 3 Eagles to take Garcia down. That's very impressive.
Yeah, good second effort there.
Yeah, very good run.
We take a look at the replay. And good blocking by the offensive line, too, because it was a good 4 yards before anyone made contact with him. And here, Quiroz, or rather, the quarterback Ortiz wants to throw it. Ortiz lost his balance. He was trying to get away from the defender, and I think his knee touched. They're going to rule him down all the way back at the 36-yard line. And Mission has been a thorn in Rowe's side tonight with that pass rush. I think helping bring him down was Nybert and also Alexander Gomez. So Rowe will be out there to punt the football.
And returning is going to be Sebastian Gonzalez from Mission Eagles.
All right, there's Castillo's kick. Looks like there will be a return. Gonzalez has it at the 25, trying to get to the far side of the field. Picks up a couple of blocks up to the 40. Still turning his way forward at the 50, and then finally hit and forced out of bounds in Rowe territory. Don't see any flags down. A terrific return there by the Mission Eagles punting unit.
Yeah, great return to put them in a position where they have pretty good open field to do something.
Yeah, he caught that on the right side, ran all the way to the left where he had his blocking set up. And some great blocks thrown by the Eagles, and he was able to return that for about 34 yards all the way to the Rowe 46.
Great tackle by Daniel Martinez, forcing him outside.
Minute 41 left in the third, and Mission in Rowe territory. Mission's going to blitz everyone as they run this forward. This is Moronta up to about the 40-yard line. He's brought down by Sergio Hernandez. A gain of 6 on the play. Mission closing in on their season average. They came in averaging 172 yards rushing. They're about 163 right now in the last minute of the third quarter.
And they're the reason you can see those high numbers in rushing. Moronto is having a really good game, if I say so myself.
The snap, they're using Moronta and the Wildcat as they hand this off. And it goes to Resendez, and Resendez to the 34-yard line, a gain of 6 on the play. So that's a first down for Mission. We're at the last 48 seconds of the third quarter. Mission knocking on the door once again. And snap to Moronta again in that Wildcat, and up to the 32. So that might be the last play of the third quarter. And they've had an effective running game here in this, especially the second and third quarters.
They have had a good running game in the first half, and they're continuing that running game. But I'm liking how Rowe is adjusting their defense to accommodate to the run game by blitzing. So I would not be surprised at all if I continue to see these adjustments going into the fourth quarter.
And we've now reached the end of the third quarter. Nobody able to punch through in the third frame. Nobody scored, and the score remains 14-14 as we head to the fourth quarter. So after 3, we're still tied 14-14 between the Warriors and Eagles. We'll be back with the fourth in a moment. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
One of the big advantages of having your child come to McAllen School District is they have a registered nurse at each and every campus. Our registered nurses are readily available for all our students, and our focus is on your child's success.
Okay, and we're back here on Football Night at McAllen. I'm Mark May with John Macias, our student guest announcers. We start the fourth quarter, a handoff to Joe Resendez, and this is on second down and 8, and Resendez across the 30 to about the 29-yard line. Looks like he picks up 3 there. And we're just starting the fourth quarter. Mission moving the football. They got it to the Rowe. Actually, they're going to spot it right at the 30. So they bring up third down and 6. Eagles 2 for 6 on third down. And a snap to Moranta out of that Wildcat again, and he takes off running forward. Looks like he has enough for the first down. He's tripped up at about the 22-yard line. So we haven't seen the Mission quarterback in a while here as they've switched to this Wildcat back in the third quarter, and it's been effective for them. So a new first down here for the Eagles. 3 men in the backfield. Moranta hands it off. This is Resendez. Resendez slices his way through up to about the 18-yard line. Here, take a look at that replay. Resendez picked up a good block from Steven Alvarez before he was pushed back down by a couple of Warrior players. I think Beretta was amongst them. So second down and 6 now for Mission. Moranta out of the Wildcat, straight ahead, hurdles a man at the 10-yard line. Is down to about the 7-yard line. It'll bring up first and goal.
And as soon as the ball was snapped, you saw that hole open wide open through that Rowe defense, and you knew Moranta was just going to take that hole and take it, as you can see in that replay.
Yeah, he tried to jump over a defender. It was Chris Neal who was able to grab him by the ankle and pull him down. Otherwise, he might have gone all the way into the end zone. So we've got a timeout on the field right now. So we'll take a quick break with the score tied at 14. Mission with a first and goal at the Rowe 7. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
We love a good game, but here at Bogus, we don't believe in games and gimmicks when you're buying a new vehicle. Just real deals, friendly service, and fair prices. It's better at Bogus in Harlingen, in McAllen, and always at bogusford.com.
And we're back here on Football Night at McAllen, tied at 14. That was a Rowe's timeout, by the way, as they run it here on first down. Moranta hit at the 2, and then second effort appears to cross into the end zone. He does, and it's a touchdown for the Eagles.
And using that speed just to run his way through the touchdown. So
a play there by Mission, 7 yards, gets him into the end zone for Moranta. It's his first touchdown of the evening. Rene Rodriguez to attempt the extra point. There's a snap, hold, kick is away, and it's good. And with 10:05 to play here in the ball game, it is the Eagles 21 and the Warriors 14. Let's take another look at this touchdown. This was on a first and goal from the 7-yard line as we see Nikki Rowe coming over to the sideline to get ready for the kickoff. And Mission's had success since they went to that Wildcat in the mid-third quarter. And here we see it again. Moranta took the snap, out of a shotgun, hit at the 2, and then falling backwards. You can see there, it looked like the ball may not have crossed the goal line, but would have put him at maybe about 3 or 4 inches short of the goal line, where it would have been 2nd and goal from there. But yeah, you can see right there as his back hits, ball's not over the goal line. Doesn't matter about the helmet being over. So a bit of a break there for the Eagles, but as we said, it would have been 2nd and goal from just a few inches away, as we see the High Flyers, the dance team from Mission High School. And the Eagles with their 3rd lead of the game, lead at 21-14.
And this is where Rowe can be dangerous, because as we saw in the first half, they can strike at any time. So Mission cannot be sleeping on this offense.
And the Mission offense is out there for a long time. Took about 4 minutes off the clock. It's going to be Rodriguez who will kick this off. And here's the kickoff. It's going to be high, a little bit short, field about the 18-yard line. Up to the 25. Now some room at the 30, trying to get to the wide side of the field. That's Hector Ramirez. Has room, still going at the 40. Picks up another block at the 50. Flag is down as he goes out of bounds deep into Mission territory. And a second flag comes out after the play. So we'll see what these flags are about. It's Nikki Rowe ran that football all the way back about 45 yards. From inside their own 20 to inside the Mission 40. Right now the ball would be at the Mission 38-yard line, but the official's talking this over. And 2 flags on the play, both right at the end. Of one flag near where the tackle was made, and then another flag that came in a few seconds after the whistle. .9:54 to go here in the 4th quarter. You can hear the Mission band playing right now.
There you see Rob Flores.
We got 2 flags. 2 flags on the play. First flag. Illegal shift. Kicking team. That penalty is declined. Dead ball. Personal foul. Late hit. Out of bounds. We enforce into the run. First down.
Wow, both penalties against Mission.
White.
And the first one declined, the second one accepted. It was a late hit after the play. And that'll add 15 yards to an already big run, about a 45-yard return. And this will move it all the way down to about the Mission 23-yard line. So we take a look at the replay. You see Hector Ramirez had good blocking there, and there at the end he's well out of bounds and brought down. Not too hard of a hit for a late hit, but the officials call stands as they hand this off or fake it to Garcia. And they're going to run this to the right side. That's Bernal. And Bernal will get the occasional rush. He came into this game with 105 yards rushing, averaging 8.8 per carry. So Bernal hasn't gotten up yet. And 9:42 to go here in the 4th quarter of play. Stand right. And there you can see us here in the press box. I'm Mark May here along with John Macias, and he's our student guest announcer here. He's a student at Achieve Early College High School and is interested in sportscasting, so we brought him out here tonight, and he's done an excellent job so far. John, he was spotted for us in the first half, and he's been helping us out here with the color commentary here in the second half, and appreciate you having you aboard.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Sports broadcasting has always been something I've I've been passionate about. I've been following sports ever since I was little. I follow multiple sports, and this is just a small little taste of what I can get introduced to in this field.
Oh,
So
yes.
I'm really looking forward to hopefully maybe coming to another game if you allow me to.
Oh, yes, indeed. Yeah, we'd be glad to have you back, and have enjoyed having you here tonight as Nikki Rowe has played Mission in a very tight game. We were expecting a high-scoring game. Frankly, I was expecting Rowe to command things a little bit, as Mission had the last ranked defense in the district coming in, but the Mission's defense has risen to the occasion here tonight, and Mission with the lead right now, 21-14, as we're back to action on 2nd down and 7. Rowe's going to run a sweep to the right side, and this will be Hector Ramirez all the way up to about the 16-yard line.
This defense is not what a lot of people expected. They expected a high-scoring game from both of them, but Rowe taking the edge. But they have been a shocker this game, and we'll just see how it comes from there.
So we take a look at the replay there, and now it's back to action on 3rd down and 3. They're going to run this straight ahead. Up, looks like enough for the first down. And that was their workhorse, Rodell Garcia. He was hit in the backfield actually, but on second effort was able to pick that up. Good block too by Luis Garcia. Stayed with his block. And it's a 4-yard pickup on 3rd down and 3. And here is Hector Ramirez. Breaks a tackle, hit at the 10, now down inside the 5, all the way to about the 3-yard line. And that might be enough for another first down. So the Warriors knocking on the door here with 8.5 to play in the 4th quarter. You can see they did some misdirection in the backfield, and now here on the handed off to right side, this is Rodell Garcia, goes in for the touchdown. It was 2nd and short, and they give it to Garcia. Didn't have anything initially, and then bounced it outside and went in for the touchdown. His 9th score of the year.
His speed is phenomenal. Even though there's that small hole, with his speed, he was able to make it seem like the whole field was available to him. So it's a very good run by him.
Just a 4-play, 23-yard drive, as they had a huge kickoff return by Hector Ramirez, then a 15-yard late hit penalty, moved it all the way down to the Mission 23, and 4 plays later, Garcia carries it over as we see it blocked, but there is a whistle. And it's a penalty against Rowe, but I think it occurred before the snap. So this will be a lucky break for Rowe. The Mission had surged through and blocked that extra point try. Here's the call.
Correction. Delay of game. Kicking team. 5 yards. Retry.
So kind of a fortunate penalty on Rowe. Delay of game moves it back 5 yards, but they had the extra point blocked. And it is crucial right now, because Mission still leads at 21-20 with a little over 8 minutes to play. Now there's the snap and the extra point, and Mission had a big rush again, but they get this one off, and Castillo's kick is good, and we're tied 21-21 with 8:18 to play here in the ball game. So let's take another look at that touchdown. Short run by Rodell Garcia for his 8th rushing touchdown of the year and his 9th overall. You see he took the handoff on 2nd and short. Went in untouched, really, for the touchdown. We're tied at 21 with just over 8 minutes to play. You're watching Football Night in McAllen.
At Rio Bank, our goal is to help you grow and prosper with the right financial tools, quality customer service, and banking done with honesty and integrity. Rio Bank, your kind of bank, your kind of banker.
And back here on Football Night in McAllen, coming to you from McAllen Veterans Memorial Stadium, home of great things since 1976. You see the Nikki Rowe cheerleaders getting the crowd into it, as the Warriors have just tied this game for the 3rd time tonight. They've never held the lead, but they've tied it 3 different times at 7-14, and now we're tied at 21. Edgar Castillo going to kick it off. going to kick this one as deep as he can, all the way back to the 5-yard line. This will be run back by Gonzalez. Will make that Villarreal, and Villarreal's going to be wrapped up and thrown down after a short return only to the 14-yard line. Terrific tackle made by Adrian Arredondo. So for Mission, they'll have a long way to go if they're going to retake the lead. They're going to spot him at the 15-yard line. And we're tied at 21. Touchdowns in this game for Nikki Rowe. Ruben Saenz on a touchdown catch from the quarterback, Jonas Ortiz. And then it was the linebacker, Jose Alonso, who had a fumble return for a touchdown. And then Rodel Garcia with the short run for Rowe's third TD. Run on the first play from scrimmage up to about the 20. Gain of about 5 on that play. It's Moranta once again from out of that Wildcat formation.
And you can't help but feel that this game is just running offense versus running offense at this point. If not all the plays are just running plays. I haven't seen in a while a play just with throwing it in the air.
Robbie Leal making that last tackle. And I think with this commitment to Moranta, their running back in the Wildcat, they're going to stick with the running game. They're up over 200 yards rushing in this game now as Resendez gets this carry, and it's going to be brought down by Leal once again. So Leal with 2 big plays here, and it's going to bring up 3rd down for Mission. Eagles are 2 for 7 on 3rd down. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining. Just over 7 minutes to play.
And you can't help but feel that this is a crucial stop for Rowe if they want to make this comeback against Mission Eagles.
Gonzalez lined up wide left along with 2 other teammates as they run this straight ahead up to about the 24-yard line. This is going to be very close. Moranta was the ball carrier once again. I think Jose Alonso in on the tackle. And I think it's just enough for a 1st down. They actually spotted at the 25 with the nose of the football, and it'll be a 1st down. So again, they'll come out with receivers wide left and right, 2 men in the backfield. Moranta in the shotgun will hand it off to Resendez, and he'll leap his way forward up to about the 26 before he's brought down.
That was a difficult leap right there. He jumped over probably 2 bodies, as we'll see in this replay.
Couldn't quite see who had the tackle there. I know Chris Neal is one of the players in there. And a couple of other row defenders. I think Macias in there too. So 2nd down and 9. Moranta's going to run it this time straight ahead. And Neal in there strips the football, but that's after the whistle. And it'll bring up 3rd down and long. Give him a gain of 2 and bring up 3rd down and 7. Take a look at that replay. Macias also again in on that tackle. Neal's had a big season. He's had a interception, fumble recovery earlier this year. He's made some big plays. Trying to make one there. Now 3rd down and 7. Big play here as we're at 5 minutes left in the game. It's tied at 21. Moranta wants to run, sweep right side, has some blocking at the 30, ahead across the 35 to about the 36, and looks like he has enough for the 1st down.
And that was a great block by AJ Tijerina. As you just saw Moranta just go right behind him and let him guide his way towards 1st down.
Yeah, 8 yards on 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, as you can see, number 4, AJ Tijerina, just doing that great block.
They didn't give up on the play. They have the first down here. 4:35 to go. So a man hit in the backfield and then moves forward and still turning his legs. His helmet comes off. Boy, some tough running there for the Mission Eagles. That was Alexander Gomez, who is normally a linebacker, but they have him in there in the offensive backfield. And why not? A tough runner. Now his helmet did come off, and by rule, he has to come out for at least one play. We'll take another look at this, and he was hit in the backfield, and then just continued to fight, and it looked like it was going down, but then kept on fighting forward. Tough high school football here.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
Yep. Alonso with the tackle. Cheerleaders enjoying that. They've got the pink pom-poms because it is October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It's a big campaign at all three of the McAllen schools, at Nikki, Rowe, Memorial, and Mac High. Cheerleaders will probably be going to competition of their own later this semester. Wish them the best of luck. So it's right now 2nd down and 3. We've got a whistle. Not sure what that was about. Still says 2nd down and 3.
Time's still running down. As you can see, it's 3:54.
We'll start again here. Yeah, we're under 4 minutes to go here. Snap to Moranta out of the shotgun, the Wildcat, and he runs it forward. Hard running there as he breaks a couple of tackles up to about the 49. Gain of 13 on the play. And the Eagles now up to 230 yards rushing in this game. It's about 60 yards above their season average coming in. They've committed solely to the run here in the second half. Clock is becoming a factor, though, as it's still running at 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. We're tied at 21. Could be facing overtime here pretty soon. Handoff up the middle. This is Gomez. Gomez into Rowe territory, and boy, he was great second effort all the way to the 45. Gain of only 4, but it was the toughest 4 you'll ever see.
And for both teams, since they're sticking to the run game, time has been all drive for these teams in the second half has been very, very long.
You see wrapping them up were Alonso and Hernandez. Under 3 minutes now. We see Gomez on the sideline. 2nd down and 5 now. Rowe's going to rush everybody. Moranta out of the Wildcat has no holes developing there for him. You know, you often think of the blitz as a weapon against the pass, but you can also use it against the run. If you rush everybody and you can fill in all the gaps, there's no place for the runners to go. And we saw that illustrated on that play as Moranta just had nowhere to go and is bottled up right at the line of scrimmage.
And that's where you see Rowe's defense have to adjust from the first half to the second half, and you can see it playing the odds where the game tied 21-21 with 2:15 to go in the fourth.
3rd down and 4. Here's a crucial down. As Moranta will fake the handoff, and Rowe again with the blitz, and they get him for a loss of yards this time. As Moranta faked it, tried to keep it, and was brought down for a loss of a yard. They're way out of field goal range at this point. And see what they decide here, facing a 4th down and 5, or under 2 minutes to go. Now, if you try to get the first down here and you don't make it, you give Rowe a short field with under 2 minutes to go. If you punt it deep, odds are in your favor that Rowe won't be able to get into any kind of field goal range with the amount of time remaining.
Well, it looks like they're going to be going for it. So
yeah, they're letting the clock wind down. It's the play clock's at 2 seconds now, 1, and they call timeout. So Mission will use their second timeout, trying to run as much time off that clock as possible. 1:25 left. And we could have an overtime game here brewing in McAllen. No team has led by more than 7. Mission was up 7-0, and then it was tied at 7, then 14-7, tied at 14, and up at 21-14. Now we're tied at 21. We'll be back in just a moment. McAllen ISD is the heartbeat of the community.
Students can earn up to 60 college credit hours and even an associate's degree while still in high school, saving families time and money. McAllen ISD, excellence since 1908.
Back here on Football Night at McAllen, I'm Mark May with our student guest announcer, John Macias. And John, quite an entertaining game here tonight. It's going to go down to the wire.
Oh, yeah. I was telling Mark, what's more Texan than high school football on a Thursday night with a minute 25 seconds to go, tie 21. The only thing I can think more Texan is boots and a cowboy hat.
And we see the band director, Mr. Robert Garza. Had band director for a number of years now for Nikki Rowe, and wish him the best of luck on Saturday as they compete at the Pigskin Band Jubilee. That'll be starting at 7 o'clock right here in McAllen. They're doing that tomahawk chop, and looks like Mission will go for it. They're going to go all in here with 4th and 5, a minute 25 left in the game at the Rowe 46-yard line. Tie score, 21-21. Maybe trying to draw them off sides here. It's a hard count. 6 seconds left on the play clock. Rowe's not biting. Now 2 seconds left. And now I think it's going to be delay of game. So it was just kind of a bluff there. So it's very much like poker, where one team is doing the hard count, trying to get the other to jump offside, but just a bluff. They'll take the 5 yards back. That'll give their punter a little more room to work with. And they'll force Rowe to have to go the length of the field in order to beat them.
Very smart by Mission to try to bluff them to get them offside so they can get that easy first down. But even smarter by the Rowe defense to not bite into that.
Yeah, good discipline by the Rowe defense there to stay true on that. So Mission's punting unit out there now. No rush. They punt for the 4th time here tonight. Going to be fielded at the 20-yard line. Hit and goes down at the 25. A 5-yard return was Adrian Bernal. So Mission did a good job hustling down there to make the tackle. I think that was Gomez on the tackle. And the Warriors will have it at the own 25-yard line with a minute 17 left. And the Warriors with 2 timeouts to work with. Now, we've seen them strike quickly like they did back in the first half, didn't they?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they had a drive that was a minute and 7 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, a minute and 7 seconds. And they're a minute and 17. All reality, that's just an extra 10 seconds. They're more than capable of getting a touchdown or even a field goal.
A 54-yard pass from Ortiz to Sines back in that first half. And we'll see if they try to go deep again. They're going to give this to Ramirez going right side, has some room, uses a stiff arm as he picks up a first down and gets out of bounds to stop that clock. Moves the ball up across the 40-yard line.
You also have to admit that since Ortiz isn't in the game right now, they're not sticking to it. They can't really go for the passing game, so running has to be the number one option.
13 yards on the play. They're up to the 38. Clock stopped at a minute 10. They're going to flip this again. Ramirez has hold there at the 40. Cuts inside, now at the 45. Spins his way forward up to the 49-yard line. Make that Angel Rodriguez on the carry. And it's a pickup of 11 yards and another first down.
And they're just playing quick here, Mark. They're going first down by first down, and they're hoping to keep that momentum up.
Hard, tough running there by Angel Rodriguez. And here they're going on a quick count. They're going to flip this again. Right side, a hole at the 50 and all the way down to the 40-yard line. That's Hector Ramirez again. And with yet another first down. On 3 straight plays, they picked up first downs. And they're in Mission territory now at the 40-yard line. Clock at 45 seconds left. They'll stop it momentarily to move the chains. It's an 11-yard pickup. And now clock running again at 36 seconds. Rowe still with 2 timeouts. They'll flip it right side again. And this time nothing doing. Victor Gutierrez comes in and makes the tackle right at the 40-yard line. And Rowe will have to use one of their timeouts. So no gain. It brings up 2nd down and 10. And Rowe down to 1 timeout.
Now with 30 seconds left, if you can at least get to the 25-yard line and go for a field goal, and secure a win, by all means, Rowe's going to try to do that.
Well, Edgar Castillo is 3 for 5 on field goals this season. His season long is 32 yards, which would mean they would need to get down to about the 15-yard line to give him a shot. And looking at the wind right now. There is very little wind right now. As the usually comes out of the southeast, which would be blowing into the faces of Rowe at this point, but it's, like we said, very little wind, maybe just 2-3 miles an hour. Not really a factor at this point. The Rowe still has, needs about 25 more yards to put themselves in Castillo's range. Ball right now at the Mission 40-yard line. 31 seconds left. Mission with a single timeout. And Rowe with one timeout.
And Rowe fans on their feet waiting to see what Rowe's offense can do to apply to this Mission defense.
It'll be 2 receivers right and 3 to the left in an empty backfield. Ortiz throws it. This is caught short of the first down, so the clock will continue to move. That signs with it at the 34. A gain of just 6.
And that was a great hit by number 33, Brian Canchola.
And Rowe forced to use their last timeout. They would have preferred to have kept that in their pocket for a possible field goal attempt. But with this pass completed and tackled inbound short of the first down, the clock continued to roll. I'm not sure if they had another play called or not, so elected to call timeout there rather than lose time trying to snap it again. There's only 17 seconds left. Now, if they can throw it downfield, even if it's over the middle and complete it, they will get a momentary stoppage while they move the chains, and that might give them enough time to get set up and then clock the football and bring on their field goal run. So they still have the whole field open to them as far as passing options go.
And now you can see Mission's defense adjusting to putting the secondary towards the backfield.
There you see some fans. I think that's the father of defensive lineman Isaac Mata in the stands, trying to urge on the Warrior offense as they come again with the 5-man rotation. They're going to throw this over the middle. It's tipped and incomplete. A little bit too much smoke on it. And the clock stops at 13.3 seconds. The Warriors still have time. It's intended for signs.
It looks like it was tipped at the line.
It may have been. And 4th down, they're out of field goal range. They'll go for it here. And Ortiz flushed out of the pocket. Going to throw it toward the goal line, and it's intercepted. Intercepted by Mission. A couple of receivers were down there, a couple of Mission defenders, and it was Mission's Andre Royale who comes up with the football. First turnover of the night on Nikki Rowe. And it looks like we'll head to overtime. Clock stopped at 4.4 seconds left. Mission will have the ball at their own 20.
That was great coverage by those linebackers and corner. So
Ortiz was rushed by, it was Brian Canchola, flushed him out of the pocket, forced him to kind of throw on the run. And Royale going up there at the goal line to make that catch for the interception.
If it wasn't for Royale, those receivers could have probably easily gotten that touchdown and ended the game, and did no for Rowe. But
that would have been something else if Rowe had caught it for a touchdown. There's 4 seconds left. It's 21-21, and it looks like a victory formation for Mission. They snap to Canchola, who will take a knee, and that will be the end of the 4th quarter, and we will head to overtime. We're tied 21-21 as we go to overtime. To give you a scoring recap in this game for Mission, they've had touchdowns from running back Luis Valdez, from Steve DeLeon, both on short runs, and then Moranta, also a running back. So 3 running backs with short runs for touchdowns. And then for Nikki Rowe, they had a 54-yard catch by Ruben Saenz on a pass from Jonas Ortiz. They had a 39-yard fumble return by Jose Alonso. And in the second half, they had a 3-yard run by Rodel Garcia. And all the extra points were good, and we are tied at 21 as we head to overtime. And then we have our overtime rules. There will be no game clock anymore, although they still use the play clock. They'll have a coin toss right now with the head coaches out there to determine who goes first. Although typically you see in these situations the team that wins the toss elects to go on defense first. And the teams will alternate possessions from the 25-yard line. So there's no more kickoffs or punts or anything like that. You start at your own 25 and the overtime will continue until the tie is broken. Teams will alternate possessions.
And what do you expect to see from these teams, Mark?
Well, I would expect Mission to continue with what they've done, keep the ball on the ground. They've been using that Wildcat since the mid-third quarter, and it's been effective for them. In 4 quarters, they picked up 233 yards on the ground, just 45 through the air. In fact, no passing yards at all for Mission in that second half.
Wow.
It was all on the ground. And for Nikki Rowe, 106 yards rushing, 106 yards passing, so 212 total yards. And there we see the coin flip right now, Coy Detmer and Robert Flores. Both stellar athletes back in their day, both coaching their alma maters. And it looks like Detmer may have won the toss. As we saw him point, to which way to the goal he wanted to defend, I think.
Has won the toss for overtime. They will go defense first. Mission will play that goal.
Yeah, Flores won the toss, elected to go defense first, which most teams usually do in college or high school overtime. And then Detmer gestured over toward the south end zone, saying that's the goal he wanted to defend.
I don't know if it's me or I don't know if it's just me or you, Mark, but whenever I think of overtime in high school football, I think of soccer and with penalties.
Mm-hmm.
It just has that sense of vibe where one simple mistake can mess up your whole game plan.
And it's kind of like penalties, where instead of alternating kicks, you're alternating possessions.
Oh yeah.
So you break that tie. And it is a psychological and emotional test on players as well. It's our first overtime game. Checking to see if either of these teams has an overtime game this year. They don't. So this will be the first overtime game for both of these teams this season. There we see the Eagle mascot. He's excited.
He's enjoying himself.
And the Eagles came into this game on a 2-game losing streak, so looking to snap that here. Rowe looking to keep their 4-game win streak intact. They could win their 5th straight if they prevail here tonight. We are in overtime though, tied at 21. It'll be Mission going first. They're going from left to right. And first down, they will go on a reverse to left side, and a big loss there. A huge play by Jose Alonso tackling Sebastian Gonzalez. So Wildcat snap to Moronto, and as he did the reverse to Gonzalez, as you see here on the replay, Alonso read it beautifully and hits him for a loss back to the 35-yard line.
And how great would it be if Mission Eagles were able to win this game, beating a team that's on a 4-game winning streak? They'll do great things for their confidence right now.
So Mission 2nd down and 20 from their 35. And it's going to be the Wildcat again. Moranta to the left side to about the 31-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down and 16. I'm not sure what the range of their field goal kicker is, but it'll be a long way from this point right now. And a team that comes away with no points on a possession puts themselves in a very vulnerable position. So it was Mission on a crucial 3rd and 16 at the row 31. They're in the first possession of overtime.
And Moronto
wants to throw it.
And it's intercepted.
Intercepted. This can be run back. They could win it. This is Angel Rodriguez at the 35. Still going at the 40.
Still going.
Bit of an angle at the sideline, and they tackle him at the 50-yard line. So an interception by Nikki Rowe as Mission kind of, Moronto, his first pass attempt of the game, gets picked off. 3rd turnover tonight against Mission. And Angel Rodriguez comes away with the big play. As we take a look at the replay, we saw some pressure by Hernandez. And the ball, there were 2 receivers down there, but 3 defenders. And Angel Rodriguez with a big play, a junior defensive back. Could have run that back for a score, which would have ended the game right there. Now Nikki Rowe has their possession. They're going to start at their own 25. Or rather, I guess it's considered the Mission 25. And all they have to do is score. So they hand off Garcia, running straight ahead up to about the 22-yard line.
And if they were to make a field goal, they would win the game here, correct?
That's right. Any score, they'll win it. That's what Mission getting 0 on their possession. That puts them in that vulnerable position. Nikki Rowe, all they need is a field goal. Any kind of score, they win the game. 2nd down and 7 at the 22. They put a man in motion, and now we've got encroachment.
And that's been killing them all night, encroachment.
Offside. Defense. 5 yards. 2nd down.
That'll move it up to the 17-yard line, where it'll be just 2nd down and 2. If they get the 1st down here, they move into Castillo's range. Snap out of the shotgun. Ortiz is going to keep it. Or it might be Bernal. Yeah, it was Bernal. They had put Bernal in as the quarterback, so they used that Wildcat themselves.
And it's about...
That's back to the line of scrimmage.
And it's 3rd and 3.
So that brings up 3rd down. The handoff, Garcia is going straight ahead. Hit at the 15 and up to the 14. Has the 1st down. A gain of 3. And a new set of downs for the Warriors. We'll take a look at the replay. Great blocking by the offensive line there. And Salas, Quiroz, Martinez in the middle, the center and guards. Tackle on the play by Brian Canchola. And Nikki Rowe now in field goal range and has the ball. 1st and 10. They spotted at the 15. Here's a sweep to the right side.
Great
and
block.
Coming inside is Angel Rodriguez and pulled down from behind at the 7. Boy, he had some daylight there and looked like he might be able to score, but grabbed from behind and held to a 7-yard gain.
And as you see the replay, I think that was a great block by number 42, Gerald Rocha. Now they're able to give him those few extra yards just to solidify this run.
Gomez with the touchdown saving tackle. We are in overtime. Any score wins it here as they hand off. It's Bernal out of the Wildcat. Breaks a tackle at the 5. He's in for the touchdown, and the Warriors have won the game. An exciting win for Nikki Rowe tonight. They trailed the entire game, never held the lead until now. They win it 27-21 in overtime, and the entire Nikki Rowe team is over there in the south end zone celebrating this one.
That's what I call Texas high school football, Mark.
Indeed, with a capital T. And Adrian Bernal rushes in for his 3rd touchdown rushing this year, his 5th touchdown overall. And more importantly, the Rowe Warriors have won this game 27-21 in overtime. An exciting game. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Mark May. I want to thank you, John, our student. Well, I think they are going to make him kick the extra point. I thought overtime was over, but we'll wait for the extra point. But John Macias, our student guest announcer, thank you so much for joining us here. It was an exciting game.
Oh, definitely my pleasure, Mark, and hopefully this can be the first of many to come here in this beautiful city, McAllen.
I think the reason they have him kick the extra point is because in high school football, sometimes tiebreakers come down to positive points, so I guess they allow the extra point try. So here's the snapper. Now will hold it. Good hold. Castillo's extra point is up and good. And so he's 4 for 4 on the night. And the Warriors win the game by a score of 28-21 in overtime. It was a one possession of overtime. Mission failed to score, and it was the Warriors who cash in a 7-yard touchdown run by Adrian Bernal for the TD, and the Warriors have won it We're going to have our post-game show coming up here in just a moment with Jake Berry. He'll have all the stats for you, some highlights for you, and some interviews. Here's another look at that winning touchdown as Bernal out of the Wildcat faked the handoff, was hit at the 5, and then ran it in from there. 7-yard touchdown run. And look at him do the tomahawk chop there as he knows his team has just won the football game. I want to give Mission some credit, too, for a really hard-fought game. As they came in and really took it to them, but it was Rowe who prevailed here and stays undefeated in district at 3-0. They're 6-1 overall with their 5th win of the year. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm Mark May for John Macias, Jake Berry, the rest of our MITV crew and our KMAT co-op students. We'll see you tomorrow night, Friday at 7:30. It'll be McAllen Memorial taking on the La Jolla Coyotes here on Football Night in McAllen. Warriors win it 28-21 in overtime. Good night.
Have a good night.
Welcome to the Sideline Show, the post-game show. I'm Jake Berry, and Mission and Nikki Rowe played a battle tonight. A 28-21 overtime victory for the Nikki Rowe Warriors, and a tremendous game from both sides. On the night, Ruben Sainz, Josiah Alonso, and Raudel Garcia, along with Adrian Bernal, scored touchdowns for the Warriors. And you'll see right here, beautiful plays from both teams, but that pass right there to Sainz over the top would tie the game up early. But Mission was very capable of scoring right back, and they would tonight. They'd score against Nikki Rowe. And you'll see right here, this is a turning point in the game. Down 14-7, the pickup and the recovery, the score would tie the game up at 14 apiece. And Nikki Rowe would find legs in the second half. There's the score right there. And on this one, the game winner, right down the middle, Adrian Bernal, and that is the game. Nikki Rowe defeats the Mission Eagles 28-21. Just an epic battle. It's Rowe's 5th win in a row. Rowe's rushing for the night was 126 yards. Passing, they had 106, a total of 232 yards. Not a tremendous amount of yards for the number one offense in 36A, but just enough to win. And it was a great game for the Warriors. You'll see right here, the Eagles, very capable of scoring. At one point, they chewed up about 6.5 minutes in the first quarter to put in their first score, and it looked like it was going to be a long night for Nikki Rowe, and it was, but they come out victorious in overtime. And we're going to have Coach Bobby Flores on set in a few minutes, but a tremendous game for them. Jonas Ortiz had one TD pass. It's his 12th TD pass of the year. 54-yarder to Sainz in the first quarter, and that really did it for them. They scored within less than a minute and a half. Tremendous game for the Nikki Rowe Warriors, but also for the Mission Eagles. The Mission Eagles fall to 1-3 in district, and Nikki Rowe stays perfect at 3-0 in district. And just a tremendous game. As they come behind me, you'll see them, the victorious Nikki Rowe Warriors. And we're going to try to get Adrian Bernal in. Congratulations, guys. But it was a battle. The number one offense in 36A was kept to 232 yards in total offense tonight. But they still come out victorious in this game. And we're waiting right now for Coach Bobby Flores as the team greets the fans. And Coach Bobby Flores is coming up right now. Welcome back to the winner's table.
Thank you.
Coach,
I like this table.
Coach, you've won 5 in a row. You're out of breath, it seems like.
Well, the kids got me going in there. They at the very end had me jumping like I used to, and I can't do that anymore like these guys. So, but it was exciting. It was exciting.
You know, on paper, coming into this game, it looked like you guys were, you know, if you're just looking at paper, you guys had the advantage. But their defense came out tonight and played really well. I mean, this was a team who, it seemed like they had an identity problem at the beginning of the year in the Eagles. But tonight they came out and they were playing good on defense. They chewed up about 6.5 minutes in the first quarter, and then you guys come back and score within a minute and a half, you know, to tie the game up. What was the strategy tonight?
Well, let me just start off by saying that no games are won on paper. You know, we all know that in the competition in sports, and you know, we knew that coming in, and we prepared the kids this week and told them that, you know, Mission's a tough team. You know, and they lost a couple of, they seem like blowout, but, you know, when the tables turn quickly and quick scores happen, you know, that doesn't tell the tale of the tape. So, you know, we knew it. I mean, they were big up front. They ran on Memorial. They ran on, you know, they ran on all the teams that they played. You know, they were just unfortunate to give up some big plays, and they played tough. I mean, my hat goes off to them. our kids just continue to fight, and you know, and that's what we told them. We told them that we got to continue fighting and execute and not make mistakes, and you know, just fight to the end.
Did you guys need a game like this where you guys had to come up with some big plays down the stretch to, you know, to get the win? Did you need this early? Well, not early in district, but mid-season.
Well, I said it from the beginning. I'll continue to say it. You know, our district is very, very tough. You know, all the way across, and you know, any given night, any team can win, and that's what it's boiling down to in every game. I mean, if you look at it all the way across our district, you know, it's a battle, and like you said, they did a very good job of controlling the football. We on special teams had a fumble, gave them short field, and then you know, we didn't execute on offense as well as I would like to the first half, but. You know, we fought, we continued to fight, and we pulled it off. We were fortunate to come up with a win.
Yeah, you know, 28 points in this game. You know, your offense came alive when it needed to. But all in all, 5 games in a row, 6-1 overall, and 3-0 in district.
Right. Well, let me just, like I told you before, it's the coaching staff. You know, my staff and getting these kids ready. I can't say enough about them. They work extremely hard each and every week to prepare these kids, and not only to prepare these kids, but you know, we've hit our share of injuries here and there. So the next Warriors, you know, and we're family, and they've stepped up big. And of course, the gentleman you're going to speak to, I mean, I can't say enough about him.
Incredible game.
He plays both ways, and he does whatever we ask him to, and he's a fighter. So I better let him go ahead and talk to you, man. Appreciate
Congratulations,
it.
Coach.
Thank you.
All right, we've got Adrian Bernal, the winning scorer in tonight's game, but you did a lot more than that. You were on the defensive side of the ball, the offensive side of the ball, of course. But how do you sum up the game for yourself today?
I think I played tough. I think we all played tough, though. I mean, our team, we came out, we know what we had to do. We realized early it was going to be a tough game. We had to grind it out, battle, and we did that.
Now, in this game, you know, you were playing offense and defense. You seemed like you got nicked up on defense I believe it was the first half, and then you know you came back out and you put on, you know, you put it to them on the offensive end. You know, how tough are you? Let's just say that.
I'd like to say I'm pretty tough, but I mean, if nothing's broken, it's got to be a bruise. It's got to be a strain, and I feel if it's a bruise or a strain, you just gotta find out how much you really want something. If you really want it, you're gonna go in. I mean, it's my senior year, it's my last year. I really don't want to miss any snaps if I don't have to. So I just tried my best to get out there, and I did that.
Well, you're 3-0 in district, 6-1 overall, and sky's the limits for you guys. Congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Adrian Bernal, star receiver / defensive back for the Nikki Rowe Warriors. That's a wrap from the post-game show, the Sideline post-game show. I'm Jake Perry, and we'll see you back here next week. Thank you.